Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend $4.95 with us, you'll get a free welcome pack which contains everything you need to get started, including step-by-step project cards and a DVD which will give you the chance to be able to create an arrangement of different items of jewellery. You'll also get a manual which will help to familiarise you with all the items you're going to be creating and all the tools you're going to need to do so. Plus you'll also get a free pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier, so why not give it a go today? Known as the Rolls-Royce of pearls, the South Sea pearl is cultured throughout areas in the Indian and Pacific Oceans, but most commonly they come from Australia, the Philippines and Indonesia. These prized pearls can take up to 3.5 years to fully form and are known for their large size, beautiful colour range and their luxurious lustre. And that's what makes them the rarest of all pearl types. South Sea pearls on Jewellery Maker.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and the Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Hello and welcome back. The set is still in one piece. Just still in one piece. So yesterday there were bangs and bashes, and that was my fault as well. Even though I didn't touch anything, things did fall off. And then today I demolished the set. Hello! It's Easter Sunday. Of course it's Easter Sunday, and it's going to be one of those amazing, amazing weekends where we have got so many deals for you, including under 50 pence. Yes, exactly, under 50 pence. I actually question that because I've never seen anything go under 50p. Have you?
No, not at all.
Hello, lovely.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
They've put me next to you so you can see that I don't destroy the rest of the set.
I can't promise I'll help you not to destroy the set because I'm pretty clumsy myself, so I'll try my best.
So they've put us both together. We're both going to destroy the set. That's a good start. That's a very good start. Now, what are you going to be showing us a little bit later on?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever we decide.
Whatever you feel.
Yes. Whatever we get round to deciding. Yes, nothing's been decided yet.
We've got a Quartz showcase. We've got items going under £1. We've got the item going, or technically 2 items going under 50p, and we've got lots and lots of amazing deals. It's clearance all day today, it's clearance all day tomorrow as well, and all day Sunday as well. And if that wasn't enough, we're actually extending it into the bank holiday as well, so it's all day Monday as well. So these next few days are going to be the days that you need to get your treats in. Sarah, my lovely, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I've asked you that already, haven't I?
Yes.
I'm still a little bit flustered after trying to demolish the set.
I'm not surprised, though.
See, it's Sam's last weekend. And I don't think I've ever made Sam work quite as hard as the last 10 minutes, have I? I'm so sorry, my lovely. Anyway, where shall we start? How about I bring you this? How about we stick with a pink theme? And how about we go for pink shell butterflies? I love these ones. Although, in fairness, if you turn them backwards, they look a little bit like bats. Pink bats?
Could be pink bats.
I quite like the idea of that.
Yeah, because it makes it, you know, if you know someone who likes bats,
I love
it makes it a
bats.
little bit more feminine, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's feminine bats. But if you turn them this way, they are butterflies, of course, and they do look really lovely. How have you used bits like this before?
I've used these in hair vines and festival-style headpieces and garland-style pieces to put in young girls' hairs, flower girls as well.
Love it.
Yeah, so you put them into your flower decorations as well, or even wire them onto candles.
Do you know, I didn't think about that, but you can, can't you? Because
Yeah.
when you have bouquets of flowers, you do get little bits and bobs in there. That's a really nice idea.
Well, the bits and bobs you normally get in there are sort of things that, you know, are like floral.
Yeah.
So that you can't keep them, but you can put these in your
Yes.
flowers, and this can be your keepsake. So if it's in a buttonhole for a wedding, or it's in a flower girl's hair, it's their little keepsake of the day.
No, I like that. I like that a lot. Now, it should be £17.95. It's clearance. I don't think so. We have 21 of these available for you. There's 15 of them on the strand, and we're taking it right down to £8.95. How does that work out per? Oh, it's previously been seen at £14.95. What is it per butterfly? There's 15 of them. Yeah, don't get me to do math. I'm about as good with math as I am clumsy. Sorry, 39p. 59p. 59p per butterfly. They're really sweet. 21 chances. Jacqueline, hello, my lovely. You're there already. Christy's there. Susan's there. Carol's there. Collection in West Yorkshire's there as well. They are really lovely.
They are. You know, you can make little rings out of them.
I was about to question, could you make them
Yeah,
into a ring?
definitely. What I would be tempted to do is to almost do an open style ring.
Okay.
Where you have the two butterflies. So you have one coming across your finger one way and one coming across the opposite way, and they're sort of crossing over. And have an open style adjustable ring.
I like the idea of that.
So you use two, but the ring will fit anybody because it's adjustable. So
Oh, of course.
nice and easy.
Now, this is one of the items
The went on the floor.
that went on the floor. Guess how many went on the floor? Quite a few. I think there's probably still some floating around, you know, somewhere.
Probably is.
Oh dear, oh dear. We're looking at gold-plated copper hollow open jump rings. The 16mm and the thickness is 2mm. It's quite important actually if you think about it, because I don't generally think about the inner diameter, but that's really important when you're doing chainmail.
The thickness is important when you've got quite an open jump ring as well, because
Yeah.
the body of the jump ring needs to be strong enough to hold its shape.
Yes.
So if it's too thin a wire, it doesn't matter how well you close that, the tendency is you'll knock it or pull it, or it hasn't got the integral strength it needs to hold that circular shape.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So it's quite important that they have a good thickness to them when they're this large.
Yeah, they're all really big.
And these are good-
16mm.
These are good if you teach as well, because Fleur, when she comes on, always teaches with larger jump rings, because of course you can see where they're connecting to. So if you are somebody who teaches, or maybe you want to teach somebody else how to make chainmail, but you're struggling because they can't really see what you're trying to achieve, you could use these as your teaching technique as well.
Now you're getting 50 in a pack. It should be £12.95. Today we are not leaving it at £12.95, of course. It is clearance, so we're dropping it down to £5.95 for 50. That is a lot. And also, if you did want to have a big chunky necklace, that's a really good amount to actually work with, especially size-wise.
What I'd be tempted to do is use these and some of my smaller jump rings and do a 2 in 2, which is a very, very simple. So it's 2 of the larger jump rings with 2 smaller ones attached to them.
So you'd have the smaller ones in
between.
between.
And then you could make a bracelet out of them, because the smaller ones would sit upright and the larger ones would sit flat to the skin.
Oh, of course they would, wouldn't they?
Because they always sit at right angles to each other, the jump rings. So if you want something that's going to sit nice and flat, you could do that. And you'd have lots and lots of places then to attach onto, to put charms onto, to put your gemstone drops onto. So whatever you want to add to that bracelet, you've got lots and lots of anchor points that are all open. So you don't have to take the bracelet apart or add any extra components to put those charms on. You can just open one of the jump rings.
They are really strong as well. I've got some 9mm ones which I can just open by hand. So the thickness is like you were saying, really important, because that I can't open that by hand.
You need that strength, because otherwise, if it didn't have that, because if we made these out of, say, for instance, an aluminium wire, which is very, very malleable, similar sort of 2mm thickness, any sort of tension you would put on that jump ring could pull it out of that circular shape. And of course, when we make jewellery, you don't want those weak points in your design.
No, absolutely not. No, because you don't want it to, well, be coming back to you when people are going,
not at all.
Right, I'm going to move that one on, and I'm going to bring to you the 2 items, the 50p. Nail files. Now, nail files are ideal for filing down your wires. You were saying, what else was it you were saying for?
You can, if you've got any sort of last second sharp edges on things like your copper sheet, typically you would use a wet and dry sandpaper. But you've got sandpaper on these. So if you want to, you could use these if it's a smaller section that you're finding difficult to get a piece of sandpaper into, because these have got a structural integrity to them inside the file. They'll go into those smaller sections, and you'll still be able to work on that, where you may not be able to get a metal file in there, for instance, because it's too big. So you can use that. Any little bits of wire, especially things like if you're making your own earring findings and you want to file the end of an earring finding off, so you haven't got any sharp points where that finding is going to go through the ear. I also find it's really nice to be able to file off things like just the edges of any sort of wires that I've used to wrap things with as well. Just to check as well, because sometimes if you put a file across it, you'll hear it if there's any little edges, especially if you just think there's an edge. You'll hear it catch. So you can also use them as nail files. You can, if you want to, as well. Always useful. I normally have one in my toolbox anyway, just in case I catch a nail. Oh, come on out.
This is the thing, they can be used for so many different things, and we don't always automatically think, oh, we can do that. The nice thing about Jewellery Maker is anything you see here does not necessarily have to be used for its original purpose. Earrings can be turned into something else. It's wonderful to do things. So get a couple of these, 50p for 2. Technically, it's slightly less than 50p for 2. Use some for nail files, use some for filing down your metal work, 45p. I like the colours.
Yeah, it's lovely. I mean, if you do any of the pyrography as well, because typically you're using wood for that, and you might have some edges on there that you might just want to take off, you know, so if you've cut your own pieces of wood to be able to do that, you might just find that you've got little bits that you just need to put that little attention to detail to that you can't quite get into. And sometimes we end up buying a tool that's made for purpose, but can be really quite considered. If it's the first time you've done something, sometimes repurposing something else you've got, like a nail file, for this instance, will do the job. And then when you find you really love that hobby, or that particular medium of that hobby, then you go ahead and buy the proper tool for it. But these will work just fine.
Gonna leave those there with you. Now, I'm gonna bring to you, you're gonna love this. Okay, we're very limited. There's 3 different designs that I'm going to show you in a moment, but this is the first one. It's very limited. The maximum I've got in the 3 different designs is 48. Is this the one with 48? This is the one with 48. So this has 48 remaining. That is all I have in the building. They are going to end up selling out very quickly. They're beautiful. I've already got Kerry eyeing this. Is it this one you were after, eyeing up?
Yeah, ready, everyone.
Pink one as well, coming up in a moment. I think you're going to love that one.
I forgot how nice these feel.
They are gorgeous, aren't they?
They are
Absolutely
lovely.
gorgeous. So it is your snow yarn ribbon. And they are so soft. They're quite silky. And it's got a gorgeous print on it. You're looking at 25mm in the depth of it. And lengthwise, it's 3 metres. 3 whole metres. Now, you were mentioning about your... It was photos, wasn't it? Photo
I've got
frames.
a mirror.
Oh,
A
mirrors.
mirror frame that's covered in flowers I've made from these ribbons. And I've also got an accessory holder which has been made by repurposing plastic curtain rings.
Oh, that's genius.
And knotting this around using a lark's head knot technique and covering the curtain rings with the ribbon, and then I've just attached them all together so that I've got lots of places to put things like belts and scarves and things, and it just sits in my wardrobe.
They are handy when you've got one of those.
Yes.
Now, it should be £7.95. Not today. No way, Jose. No way. I like the idea of turning it into a headband.
You could. I showed how to make roses, I think it was last weekend, when we were doing the Hot Fix and Swarovski weekend. And I made white roses for a bridal sash. But you could make the roses in exactly the same way from this and have that floral on floral theme.
I like the idea that you were saying about the sash, but also turning it into the bouquet of flowers. Because paper ones are really popular, but
they are.
Then actually turn this into that would be really nice.
Indeed.
£2.50. Get a couple. There's only 48 remaining in the building. Once they're gone, they're gone. That's it. Collector in West Yorkshire already there. Well done, my darling. Zoe, well done, my darling. Janice is there. Jenny's there as well. Really lovely. So you could have it as a belt, you could use it as a wristband.
I would be tempted to plait this as well. You can make detachable straps for a dress.
Yes.
If you've got a strapless dress, now I love a lot of the strapless dresses you get on the high street, but I'm not confident enough to wear them strapless. So all I do is put a little button in the front and back on the inside.
I was going to say, so it's hidden.
So it's hidden.
Yeah.
Either a button or a press stud. Sew a press stud in there, and then you can attach this onto the press stud or the button as a shoulder strap.
Yes. And
then you can take them off if you want to embellish this. Say you want to put some hot fix crystals on it or whatever you want to put some gemstones through it.
That's genius.
You can take it off to wash the item with clothing and then just put the straps back on or change them over. So if you make all your dresses the same, you'll have a set of straps that are interchangeable between the dresses.
That's genius. Genius. Going to leave those there with you because they're going very quickly. Let's do the next one then. I like this one.
This one's lovely.
Now I've got a pair of sandals, which I love, and it's a really simple. It's just got a post with a hole in it, and then there is about 1 metre on each of them of this kind of material. And there were 2 that came with it. One was a plain black one, and the other one was a patterned one like this. And they look amazing. They really do. I might get this for that, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Interchange it. So you could do something like that with your footwear. But this is a very floral, very feminine, almost like a tea dress style.
It is, yeah, definitely. I can see this sort of, it's always got a feel of sort of the 1940s, 1950s prints about it.
Oh, it absolutely does.
And so, you know, it's really nice that if you're looking for something that's maybe a little bit more vintage,
yes,
a little bit more subtle, a little bit more feminine, just very, very soft and beautiful.
£2.50 for this one as well. Could you, I know it's a completely different medium, but could you quilt with something like this?
Probably could edge with it.
Yeah.
You probably could create some edging with it because it's wide enough to be able to create a piped edge. So you would be able to put a core through there and then sew that back. So if you've got some piping or something to put through the centre, you'd be able to sew it back through and then create an edge with that.
Yes.
I'm sure there's more people out there with greater sewing skills than I have. My expertise lies in cross stitch, but I would be tempted to edge with this as well, round your cross stitching.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you end up with a raw edge, and if you don't want to put it in a frame where that raw edge is hidden,
yes,
this would be a great way of being able to hide that raw edge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Now, next one, This one I like too. This one's got a gorgeous, soft, subtle grey backing. You've got very delicate blues, soft pinks in there as well. It's very feminine. Very feminine. Kerry likes this one. It's almost like the kind of wallpapers that are in at the moment.
I was going to say, it reminds me of a store in London where you can get some very lovely fabrics.
Yes.
I'm sure people know which one that is, big department store.
Yes.
It reminds me of all the fabrics you get in there.
That's it. I really like this one. £2.50. Again, there are so many things you can do with them. Add it with shibori as well.
Definitely add into your shibori. If you're a card maker as well, you can edge your cards with this or put bows onto your cards. It's very light. It will stand going into an envelope. Yeah. So if you want to put it onto the front of a card and pop it into an envelope and flatten it down, it'll spring back when it gets where it's going. So it's really sort of forgiving in that respect. It's not going to crease or anything like that.
No, it's got a really soft, lovely, luscious feel to it. Can you hot fix onto this, or would it give?
No, you should be able to, because I hot fixed on the wedding sash onto the ribbon itself. So you should be able to always test first. Yeah. So you've got 3 metres, so you only need to test it on the very, very edge. So always test first just to check. But because the hot fix, the heat of the tool doesn't touch the fabric, it should be fine.
Brill.
Yeah.
What was the next one, my lovely? Ooh. You're gonna like this. So this is the first quartzite of the night, and don't forget, I've got loads coming. I have got a little showcase of quartz and quartzite. These are cute because they're the perfect size for if you want to do your seed beading.
Definitely.
Aren't they gorgeous? Dusky pink quartzite, and they're faceted as well. They're 2mm in size. I love it when we get the faceted ones, because when you get one that's so small, you don't actually expect them to be faceted, but they are. Every single one is faceted with as many facets as they could possibly get on the surfaces of these stones. They are beautiful because they have a wonderful sparkle to them. You can see it there, can't you?
You can.
Gorgeous little sparkle. And they do look fantastic. In fact, it goes nicely with the second kit.
Yes,
which is coming up in our final hour. So if you want to get involved with a kit in the final hour, this would be a great addition to it. £2.45. This is what you would class as a stash builder.
Certainly is. And to get beads this small faceted, it's just incredible. I'm always blown away that somebody can actually sit and facet them, because you try and pick them up, let alone do anything with them. It can be really tricky, but if you've got your needle and thread, that's fine. But if you're trying to pick that up and then manipulate it to be able to facet it, I know that you pop it on the end of a stick to work it, but even so...
The dop stick.
I can't even see without my glasses how... So it's brilliant to be able to work them that perfectly, to give each one that additional sparkle. And then you've got the way to be able to add your genuine gemstones, whether you want to bead loom with these, whether you want to create beautiful flowers with the French beading technique with these. Yes. You can do lots and lots with them. But they're just going to look beautiful, especially if you put them into earrings, because they're going to catch all the light as they move.
Oh, that'd be nice, actually, just a little cascade. In fact, I could have a couple. Now, the next item I've got for you, if you're loving this one, I've got watermelon, not an actual watermelon, but watermelon red agate. I want a watermelon now. Making myself hungry. These are really bright, really, really, really vivid, really bright, really beautiful. Aren't they gorgeous? In fact, I like the combination of this one and this one together. You need to get both. Look at those. In fact, this would go really nice with the rose in your hair.
That's it. You could pop some of those, just pop them on wire and make a little sort of stamen, and then pop it into the centre of the flower.
They work really nice with shibori as well. So if you want to sort of follow any creases in the shibori ribbon, it's quite nice to have either seed beads running down it, or if you want to have the genuine gemstones, then this is the way to go forward. Size-wise, it's a 2mm again, and again it's faceted, so you're going to get that fantastic sparkle, and it's 5 carats in total that you're going to get. They are luscious. They're really juicy.
They've got a sort of vibrancy to them, haven't they?
Yeah, they do.
They're beautiful.
£3.30 you're looking at for this one. The one thing I love about this as well, I don't know if you can get close enough, but can you see, particularly on this one here, even though they're smaller, they're still maintaining the banding of an agate. You can still see the banding of an agate, which is remarkable. There you go, can you see that? That one there is really quite strong because you've got the white section, then you've got the pink section. But if you look at the one too along from it, you're actually seeing just there, almost a triangular, almost a heart shape actually, in the gemstone itself where the banding is. So that is really nice to see. Even with the smaller sizes, you're still getting the personality of an agate coming through. I love that. You're loving it too. Loads of you getting more than one. It is one of those stash builder pieces though, isn't it? Again, £3.20. No, £3.30, sorry. I do need my glasses on. Clearly, walking into things and knocking things off. And now not being able to see what the price is. Great stuff. In fact, I'm going to put my glasses on. I'm doing it. It's happening. There. Oh, it's £3.30. There you go. There you go. And they are fantastic prices though. Today, tomorrow, right through to Monday, it's all about clearance. It's all about stash building and getting some treats. How about we carry on with the quartz? Of quartz we shall. You weren't impressed with that one then? Becky was not impressed with that. It's the first time you've, of course. Quartz it is. That was the response. She's worked with me far too often. Now we're looking at, this is really sweet. It's almost like a snowstorm, and I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera. Can you actually see that? So if you look at it, you'll see little, it is almost like a snow globe when you've shaken it up. Mm-hmm. That's the best way to describe it. You've got this wonderful frosted effect in the stone itself. It's got a really lovely, almost a pearly look to it.
This is something that I always have a lot of in my stash, are my whites, my clears, my black gemstones, because they are the ones that, you know, are natural to go with anything else. Yeah. And are really nice for splitting out sections of coloured gemstones in your work as well. So they just give you that space to be able to create the design around them.
£1.50. So it's an essential really, isn't it?
It is, and it's really nice to be able to mix this if you go for a bit of a nautical theme, to mix it with your blue gemstones as well. So you've got the white there naturally, and then you've got, you know, you can put in something, either put in your sodalite or your lapis lazuli or something like that.
Sodalite would be really nice actually.
Yes.
That would be lovely. No, you're definitely getting an amazing deal on this one. £1.50 in total. Also like the idea of keeping it quite neutral like this, maybe with some brass or some copper coloured spacer beads.
Yes.
And the Buddha head.
Yes, definitely.
Love the Buddha head.
It'd be really nice to be able to just pop that onto a threaded bracelet as well, something with your S-law, maybe not in between them as well.
Now I'm afraid I'm just whipping them off now because they've gone. They have sold out, I'm afraid. Ooh. Ooh. These are a nice shape.
They are.
I bought quite a bit of shell recently. Quite a bit of shell. I like working with shell. They've got a really lovely feel, and it's one of those kind of textural items that is ideal for anyone really young or all the way through the generations.
Definitely. And I love the fact that you get a really big impact with these, but they're very light in their weight.
Absolutely.
So if you struggle possibly wearing any sort of gemstones of any particular weight around your neckline, you can still go for those bigger looks.
Yes.
By using this, you'll be able to create those statement pieces, but have minimal weight.
They're ideal for earrings as well because of how light they are. And size-wise, the bigger the better for earrings at the moment, so these would be perfect for it. £1.70. So we're looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's 13 on there. So you could at least get 6 pairs of earrings and 1 left over for a pendant. Of course, you can make it into stretchies. You can do all kinds of things with them. £1.70 is a bargain, though. Pair of earrings, how much would you charge?
Oh, crikey. If they were on sterling silver plated findings, for instance, anything so £7.50 to £10 a pair.
There you go.
And it takes you, what, 2 minutes to make them?
I know, they're so easy to use.
Very easy to make, because it's 2 gemstones, 2 head pins, 2 earring findings,
done.
And you're done.
Yeah. Very 80s if you had them sort of, ooh, yeah, facing down.
You could have one facing down and one facing up on the earrings, and have them just asymmetrical.
Yes. Yeah, I like the idea of that. Ring-wise?
Yeah, you could do. You could actually span it across two fingers as well if you wanted to make a real statement.
Now, I've got some... Oh, wow. Oh, could you repeat that, please? No, could you, as in each? Because I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 here. Yeah, but each. The amount that you just told me. Oh. 925 sterling silver. Let me just put it this way, it's going to be a ridiculously good price. Can I also point out the 10p on the screen is regarding pieces, not pence. So it's a 10-piece set that you're getting. So please ignore that. That is not 10p, that's 10 pieces. So it's 925 sterling silver, round bezel connectors. They're 22 by 16 millimeters, and you're looking at a gorgeous 10-piece set. They should be £34.95. The quality of them is amazing as well. The price that she's just told me that she's going to take it to is ridiculous. £1.90 each. Can I just show you just a couple of them, because look at the quality. £1.90 for this. Turn that into a necklace. Earrings. Look at the quality of all of them. Would you be paying £1.90 for one of these? I'd be happy if it was a lot more than that, but £1.90 is a bargain.
It is. And these are really easy if you want to turn them into rings.
Yes.
I know that Claire McDonald showed a couple of times how to add a little piece of sterling silver 1mm wire to be able to loop onto those.
Yeah, you just literally loop it, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, really, really simple to be able to make that. But just one of these is a focal point in maybe a triple-stranded pearl neckline piece.
Oh, nice.
Would be amazing.
Now, there is only, is it 17? There was 17 of these available. There's 4 chances remaining, and that's it. There's 12 in baskets at the moment, so if you haven't checked that basket out, please check that basket out, because otherwise you might end up missing out on that one. But they are gorgeous. Every single one is just so rich in the colour, and the contrast that you get as well when the light hits it is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to leave those there with you. Let's bring to you some sapphire. Oh, I've never seen this strand before. I have never seen this strand before. This is gorgeous. Multicoloured sapphire. Now, I would have expected blue to be in there as well, but no, we've got the sort of almost peachy colours in there. We've got pinks in there. We've got slight greens in there. We've got yellows as well. I mean, you've got this wonderful combination, and they're just so beautiful. I love the difference in the tone that you're getting on every single one of those pinks. You didn't realise how many different shades of pink sapphire you can get.
That's it. So you've got a real sort of section of the different hues of the pink running through there. It's almost as if, you know, I always think, you know, when you get the sort of the hue of the colour, it's like getting cordial and diluting it more or less.
Yes,
it gives you that same colour, but you've got, you know, just lighter or darker.
Yeah. I really like the way they've actually sectioned the the colours together. Now, it should be £41.95, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, the deal we're going to do on this one is redonkulous. We've got 18 chances remaining, and that is it. I am really pleased to be able to bring this one to you. It's absolutely gorgeous. Love that combination. £19 is your price today. Oh, my goodness. I would take these sections out, and I just want pink. And maybe pop it with silver. And then these sections, I'd like to combine that with something like a labradorite.
Oh yeah, that would look really nice.
Because you've got this almost a slight greeny tinge to it, and a grey tinge to it, that could really bring out the labradorite beautifully.
You've got some silvery sort of tones running through there as well, which the labradorite would really bring out in those as well.
Although saying that, I quite like it as it is.
You could just, I mean, if you wanted just that really high-end but quick piece of jewellery to make, you could just restrand the central section and pop it onto chain, and then what you've got left at the end of both sides would give you enough for a bracelet piece, and then you would have a few left over for some earrings.
There we are. That's a nice way of actually extending out the strands that you've got as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, hello. Got some hats for your beads. So, where are my tweezers gone? There they are. Now, there is only 14 of these available, and that's it. These are cute. So these are bead caps. They look really lovely when you've got a bead in the centre and you have top and tail on there. Actually, it's quite nice when you've got a strand of beads, so you have one on either side. But you can also use them as spacers. I mean, if you wanted to, pop two together like that, it creates one bead on its own, doesn't it? Nice as earrings as well, the top of an earring.
Yeah, really nice because you've got the open sections around the bead cap, so you could actually attach through there your sterling silver wire, for instance, to be able to then create more of a chandelier style drop from there. So you could have beads running through the centre, through the loop at the top, and then you could cascade from the sides as well.
I love these. You get 5 in a pack, £4.50. They are 925 sterling silver as well. So if you are wanting to go for that sort of high-end finish, these are perfect for it. And £4.50, you can't go wrong, can you? Cannot go wrong. Not even £1 each. Everyone so far who has got one of these has not got one of these. They've gone for more than that. Oh, now we've got a few now who have added one to their carts. Get one, get two, get as many as you like. I'm going to leave those there with you, my lovelies. Next up, oh, now this one. We're going along with a pink theme again. So we've got headbands. I love this colour. They're ideal, of course, for your little flower girls. Proms.
Definitely.
Attach a fascinator to it.
Yeah, definitely. You could use, oh gosh, I've forgotten the name of the fabric now. It'll come to me in a second. That Gemma Crow uses a lot, and I've completely forgotten.
Shibori?
It's not shibori. It's a millinery fabric for making the fascinators from. And it's completely gone from my head.
I can't remember the name of it. I can see it.
Yes, it's made from the leaves of a palm tree.
Yeah.
And then you heat it with steam and you can form all these beautiful shapes. I've completely forgot the name of it.
That's going to bug me. Please message in. It's not even on the tip of my tongue. It's there somewhere.
It is in there somewhere, but I can't remember it.
Ah! No, that's going to bug me. That's going to bug me massively. You could also use it to wire sort of almost like a garland style as well for festivals. Cinnamate! That's the one! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Cinnamate is what we're thinking of.
Yes, it definitely is, yes.
There's so many different things you can do with them. Wire wrap around it with maybe create some flowers of your own there. Trap gemstones or catch gemstones in there as well. Really nice for just things like this where it's a fabric and you attach.
I know we've done some paper flowers in the past as well, which have got the wire stems, which then you can wrap straight onto these.
Yep, absolutely.
So they're brilliant for making for flower girls as well, or just if if you're just going to some sort of festival, you want something that you can take with you that's really easy and lightweight to wear as well. But these are so comfortable as well, these headbands. I don't know if you've ever worn a headband before and it pinches behind the ears and it digs in and you lose circulation, and the last thing you want to do is wear it all day. You don't have that problem with these at all.
There is one I can remember from my childhood that I will never forget because it really, really hurt me. £3.50 is what you're looking at for 3 of them. It is a 3-piece set. You've got light pink satin wrapped around it. So you've got that lovely feel, that lovely texture. They're just ideal. I mean, just for everyday wear. Brilliant. Hold those lines on that one. Now, ooh. Hello.
I haven't seen this for so long. I love this.
Bohemian cord.
Yes.
So how would you use this?
So you can literally use it as it is, and you can use your Kumihimo end findings to cover the end here.
Yeah.
You can also, if you've got a hot glue gun, you can roll these and glue them into swirls and all sorts of things. So you can use them like that. You can also put through the centre, you can actually feed through a wire as well if you want to then create a structure in there to create a bangle form. So you can actually put a wire through the centre of them as well.
It is actually loose enough, isn't it? The inner material is loose enough to actually insert a wire through it. So yes, that would work.
Yeah, definitely. And all the work's done for you. So you know, if you were to try and braid this or friendship knot it or do it in Kumihimo or anything like that, it's just the time that it's going to take you to get the intricacy that you've got there.
£1.60.
Wow.
£1.60 for 1 whole metre. I would like to see some, you know, the cord ends, silver cord ends on it, wrapped around the wrist, done.
Yeah, definitely.
Simple bracelet.
What you can do is if you make 2 loops, sort of half a bracelet size, it's just slightly longer, like that. And if I borrow the one from the other end, I'll see if I can do this. So you put the loops through like that, and whether it's going to be able to do it, because you need 2 loops to be able to do it, but then you pull them back on each other.
Okay.
So that will connect like that, and then this one will connect like that through.
Yeah.
Can't do it because I've got one continuous piece, but you end up with like a friendship knot in the centre of it. It's really easy to do if you've got 2 open sections.
Yeah.
You just loop them through each other and pull them back in the opposite direction, and you end up with a very nice little. And you can, if you do have, you know, different sort of types of this fabric, or you could do them interchangeable. So as long as you make the ends all the same, so if you make them all with sterling silver or coloured Kumihimo end findings, you can then just take one side, interchange it, and put a different colour on, say maybe a blue side, and do exactly the same thing, and you've got an infinite library of jewellery.
I like that. I like that. £1.60 as well.
I know.
It's a bargain.
It is a bargain.
It's a bargain. I have got. Oh, this is what it's supposed to look like. So this is vintage hollow knit wire. I've been trying to do Viking knit. It does not look like this. I will get there. I will get there. But it does not look like this. So this is, if you don't want the effort of doing the Viking knit, this is brilliant. So it is your knit, that beautiful hollow knit, which gives you a fabulous texture, a fabulous length as well. You are actually getting 1 whole metre of this. Snip it, turn it into bracelets, because they look incredible as bracelets. They're so lightweight as well, that's the thing about it. It is one of those items. Really? £1. And I ruined it for Kerry, I'm sorry. Destroy the set, ruin it for Kerry.
I don't mind.
Bore Becky with my repetitive jokes. Might as well go home now. £1! £1! Do you want to just shout it? Go on, Kerry.
£1.
There you go. Grab it while you can. Necklace-wise as well, they look fantastic. You can insert through the centre either fabrics, or you can actually put gemstones in there as well. That's one of the really nice looks with bracelets, isn't it, when they've knotted it, but they've got the gemstones in there as well. So probably get 2mm in that, I reckon.
Yeah, it's a 3mm core, so 2mm should go in there.
Yeah, love it.
But you can put wires through it as well.
Yeah, of course.
So to create your structures.
Yeah. Now, where are we looking, my lovely? Ooh. I have got, right now, 9-carat gold, not over sterling silver, 9-carat gold in a clearance. Believe it or not, it is happening. It is happening right now. So this is your 9-carat gold round spacer. Almost looks like a steering wheel. I quite like that as it is.
Yeah.
There's 17 of them. You can either have it facing this way, of course, so you can see that lovely effect in the centre, or have it side on. You get one of them. It is gold. £7.20.
Wow.
It's brilliant. I'm just having a... I need my glasses. It's even got the mark on there as well. There you go. You see that? It's been branded. £7.20 you're looking at. Turn it into a ring, use it as a spacer. Just a little something special, isn't it? And I can say it's not silver with a gold plating. It is 9-carat gold that you're looking at.
I wasn't expecting a price anywhere near that.
No.
For that, because as soon as you say gold, for anything, it could just be a tiny, you know, spacer, or, you know, like a crimp bead tube or something like that, and you expect more money than that.
Yeah, absolutely. What was the number, sorry? Oh, is there? You snuck some things in. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Oh, hello. Sneaky, sneaky. She snuck some in. Rainbow moonstone. I love moonstone. Rainbow moonstone. So the name Rainbow moonstone is basically based on the schiller. So with your average moonstone, you see a blue schiller. Rainbow moonstone. Oh, that's a really good example, actually. Can you see that? You get different colours, like a rainbow. It does what it says on the tin. So you don't just get, that's a really beautiful one. I would get this strand just for that. You do get this brilliant, brilliant look. And each and every one's going to be slightly different. Sometimes you are going to see more blues, like this one actually shows a really lovely inner blue. And then others you might not see any at all. You might just get that frostiness or a little hint at what magic lies inside. They are beautiful. I love the shape. How easy is it to work with this shape? I've not worked with this one before.
It's really easy. I typically would use these as sort of the bottom line of a netted neckline piece.
Yeah. So
if I'm doing any seed bead work, they work beautifully as the sort of bottom layer to create that sort of fringe.
It's £2. It's
My
£2.
My goodness me. There's a lot on that strand as well.
I know it's clearance and everything, but it's £2. It's never been on its own before. It's always been in a kit. It's £2. There's loads of you taking more than one of these. I mean, at that kind of a price, definitely, if you can get more than one, get more than one. Oh my goodness. Tony! 3 you've got, you're going to love them. You're going to absolutely adore them. Wendy, hello darling. You've got 2. Well done. Oh, they are gorgeous though, aren't they?
They are. And again, because you've got that sort of neutral backdrop to these gemstones, they're so easy to use.
I'm really impressed with that. Really impressed. I got some carnelian that you might like as well.
They go beautifully with it.
I was thinking that. See, great minds.
It's almost like fire and ice.
Ooh, see, you took it that little bit further. My mind is not quite as great as yours. They are very much like fire and ice. Mine's okay, is it? Thanks, Becky. I feel much better for that, thank you. Have you put the wrong one on? That's not quartzite, is it? Oh dear, right, shall we take that to one side? This is the red quartzite. I don't actually have that in front of me, honey. It's coming. It's being specially delivered as we speak. Thank you, honey. Right. It's like cherry. That's a really nice cherry colour. Oh, I really want cherry drops now. Ooh. Other sweets are available. I haven't had those in years. 10 carats of red quartzite, plain rounds, 2 mils. Aren't they pretty? They are really lovely. I just have them. I don't know if I put them as... kind of want to put them silver. Do them as a stretchy. £1.50. Add to your order. Add to your order. You think about that for a moment. £1.50. Did you manage to get a chocolate egg for £1.50? Because I had to stop at the service station when I realised I hadn't actually got any eggs for anybody.
Oh no.
And they weren't £1.50.
I bet they weren't.
They weren't £1.50. It was one for £10. £10. It was a basic egg.
You'd expect a sort of hand-decorated, single source chocolate.
No. No, this was one of the well-known brands. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, maybe it's got a mug or something with it for £10. It's got to have a mug with it. No.
Oh, no.
No. No. So, husband dear, you don't have the £10 egg, I'm afraid. Because it was just the egg. Now, we are now looking at carnelian. You'll love what you've got, though, I promise. 15 carats. I kind of feel bad now. You didn't buy me the £10 egg. 15 carats of carnelian, faceted rounds, 3mm. Carnelian is a gorgeous stone, isn't it? You can see why it's one of the most well-loved gemstones throughout history. And the fact that so many people have used it right the way from the Romans, moving forward to modern day. It's one of those that just keeps reoccurring as a really popular theme. And they are lovely. They are.
They're really gorgeous. I love the colour palette straight across there. You've got so many different tones running through them. And they're just a real focal. They really draw the eye in.
Yeah. You see, the thing is, it would also go with, in fact, the second kit. Again, it'd probably go with the first kit too.
It would. We'd go with both.
£2.20 for carnelian. If you go into the industry, this is one of those gemstones that you find a lot of synthetics, a lot of fakes, should I say. Carnelian isn't always what you expect it to be. Often it's a dyed quartz or a quartzite. So it's really nice to see a stunning natural carnelian, not dyed, not treated, just beautiful. Been taken out of the ground, shaped and faceted, and that's it. And drilled, of course. Now, I've got some rose quartz for you, very similar to the moonstone that we had. I wasn't expecting to have that reaction, but it's really... I love rose quartz, always have, always will. But these are so adorable. They're really adorable. Look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? They are the softest palette of pink. Oh. What would you do if I gave you this strand?
I'd be tempted to crochet them actually.
Really?
Mm.
Ooh.
Yes, crochet those with some sterling silver wire, coloured wire.
Yes.
And make sort of a very organic neckline piece.
Nice. £2.48. I'd want to do, I was going to say a teardrop, but not a teardrop, a waterfall effect necklace.
Yes, yes. So lots of sort of maybe pieces of chain with them on the bottom.
Yeah, so like a tassel effect along, that'd be really nice.
Yeah, that would look lovely.
Oh, and earrings to go with it.
You've got so many on there.
You really do.
You know, you can really, you've got enough there to make a full suite of jewellery and you'll have some left over.
I mean, you could just brie-a-lay wrap it if you wanted to, top wrap it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a messy wrap with a 0.2 or 0.4 wire and have done if you wanted.
You could indeed.
Really love it. You're loving it as well. It's going very, very quickly. Grab it while you can. They've gone. They've gone. Now I've got some, hello, fuchsia. I've got two colours that I would... Oh, there's a purple and a fuchsia. See, I was going to say I would class both of them as fuchsia.
I'd have gone with that one.
Would you? I'd have gone with that one.
Yeah, no, I think that's more sort of magenta.
Really? Because magenta I'd have seen... Oh, no, okay, yeah.
Maybe a little bit more on the purpley side.
Yeah, well, I would have seen it more on the reddy side.
Yeah.
There's so many different tones of colours. Anyway, this one's the fuchsia one. We're going to bring both of them. Whether you think this is fuchsia... No, all right, I'll go with this. It's fuchsia. Here we are. 40 carats of fuchsia, quartzite, plain rounds, 4mm. And if you're wondering what I was talking about, this is the other one, which is purple. Which really is purple, isn't it? Now put them together like that. There we are. Just ignore me. Ignore me. Clearly, I do not know my colours. Oh, dear. It's one of those nights tonight, isn't it? 40 carats of fuchsia quartzite. Bright, beautiful, and £1.80. 4mm is a great size to work with.
It is. It's really versatile because it allows you to use it as a singular strand, or you can use these if you want to make things like your beady beads, or you want to do things like your ladder weaves or your right angle weaves. So you've got the ability to be able to sort of layer them up, if you like, to make a wider band of gemstones.
See, I quite like the idea of those two together as a beady bead.
Oh, yeah, definitely. See, I need those two together to make a chain for my glasses.
Yes. Let me just pinch your glasses. Now, we're just going to bring the other ones in for a moment. There are still some of the fuchsia ones available, so do keep checking those out if you haven't already. In fact, they go really nicely with...
Yeah.
These three together would make a really nice little bundle.
They would, wouldn't they?
There you go. Get those three together. Look at those. Let me take those ones away now. Now, we've got this one for you. It is your purple quartzite, faceted rounds, 4mm again. £2. £2.
It just seems so wrong.
It does. It does. So I could have bought, for that Easter egg, I could have bought 5 of these strands.
The Easter egg's going to be gone in seconds, isn't it?
It is going to be gone in seconds. There is no question about it. You won't even be able to look at it twice. It will have gone. Love it. Now, I'm going to squeeze one more in before we go to the break. And, of course, the next hour is the kit hour as well, so you need to stay tuned for that. Now, whoa! Hello.
Wow.
You've been around for a long time, haven't you? Apparently that's rude. I don't think they mind. They've definitely been around longer than my nan and me and the entire rest of my family combined, I think. So we've got 200 carats of fossils. There are 15 chances remaining. They are really lovely. This one's actually crystallised in the centre. You can see that you've got a little bit of druze. £15. Grab them while you can. You can do so much with these. Now, do not go anywhere. After this little break, we will be coming back with the kit, and it is going to be a ridiculously good deal. You're going to love it. So if you have already started eating your Easter eggs, go and grab them now. If you haven't, it's all good. Get yourself a brew. We'll see you after this.
You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you've found a workshop you would like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button, fill in the required fields, and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and the Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend with us £4.95, you will get a free welcome pack. That welcome pack will give you pretty much everything you need to get started. From a manual, which will help you to familiarise yourself with all of the items that you're going to be creating and all of the products that you need, including tools and findings and threads. You'll also get a DVD and step-by-step project cards. These cards and the DVD will give you the chance to be able to create a wonderful arrangement of different items of jewellery. Plus, you'll also get a free 3-pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. So, getting started with the Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. So why not give it a go today? Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs. Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend with us £4.95, you will get a free welcome pack. That welcome pack will give you pretty much everything you need to get started. From a manual, which will help you to familiarise yourself with all of the items that you're going to be creating and all of the products that you need, including tools and findings and threads. You'll also get a DVD and step-by-step project cards. These cards and the DVD will give you the chance to be able to create a wonderful arrangement of different items of jewellery. Plus, you'll also get a free 3-pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. So, getting started with the Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. So why not give it a go today? Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Buying with Jewellery Maker online couldn't be easier. Just head over to our website, JewelleryMaker.com, and click on the register link. Simply fill in the required fields and you can shop 24/7. You'll also be privy to a faster checkout and personalised offers. Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Hello and welcome back. I'm of course joined by the gorgeous Sarah Elvin, who is going to be making the most amazing pieces of jewellery. Can we have a quick sneaky peek at the jewellery, and I'm then going to pick an item to bring to you? No? No? Oh, okay. Can we? Yay! So, not all of this is from the kit. Sarah's actually brought some items with her to show us what you can do with your metallic beads. It is massive though. The kit has got so many beads in one.
It has.
It's going to be the most incredible deal as well. Now I'm going to bring to you a couple of items first before we go to that. We're going to give you a little bit of a quartzite showcase. And we've got bubblegum pink. 150 carats of pink quartzite plain rounds, 8 mils. These are amazing, £2.95. That is a pretty pink. It does match the top. I did try and find as many layers of pink as possible. You've never seen me wear pink before? Oh, well. I do have the occasional bit of pink. I do love pink. I have got a pink phone case and a pink bag and a pink pretty much everything. Just a little bit of pink. £2.95 is your price on that one. Now I'm going to bring the next one to you, which is slightly smaller and not pink. So if you like the peachy tones or orangey tones, although it says it's orange, it's actually more of a, it's more of a peachy tone.
Definitely.
There we go.
Yeah.
Peachy orangey. It's almost like sunstone, isn't it?
Yeah, or a really strong peach moonstone.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a peach moonstone. You're not going to get the shiller on that, of course, but it is that gorgeous, gorgeous orange, and it is 4mm in size, so a great diverse size to work with. We're going to give you a naughty price point as well. £1.70. £1.70. I'm just trying to think what you can get for £1.70, because coffee is more than £1.70, isn't it?
A lot more.
You could get a burger.
Might get, a little packet of biscuits maybe.
Have you seen the price of biscuits?
You know those ones that got like 2 though,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get at the
Yeah.
desk when you go buy your coffee.
Yeah.
You might, if you're lucky.
You might.
If it's not at the service station, then it's at a
Yeah.
normal high street one, you
Yeah.
might. Maybe.
This is it. Nuts are more expensive than that as well.
They are. And they seem to put them at the checkouts now instead of sweets.
Yes.
But they're really tiny little packs, and
Yeah.
they're a lot more than that.
£1.70. I mean, you can have your nuts, of course, if you want your nuts, but £1.70, it's not going to go as quickly, and it's not going to take as long to get off your hips. £1.70, fantastic price point. £8 is the next one I'm going to bring to you. Not 8 in total. There's a lot more than 8 on here. There is. Probably far too many for me to count at the moment in time, because we're looking at 12 carats of white rounds, 2 mil. So these would be something you'd have in your stash, wouldn't they?
They would. They'd definitely be something, and I would use those a lot, because they're great if you're using a smaller rondelle to put around in between, because it allows the light to go around the rondelle to both the flat surfaces and get through the gemstone, but then it's not too big that it's intrusive.
That's a good point. Very good point. They are really lovely, and I'm thinking again, just as a stacker bracelet. 2 mil. Again, that's the kind of size you'd put with your seed beads.
It is. It would run sort of on the edge of a piece of jewellery, so something like this one where you put it maybe down at the bottom, on the bottom edges.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so on the
like
drops. So you could use it maybe on the drops here.
Yeah.
You'd taper down to using the smaller beads at the bottom.
They are so pretty, aren't they? I can imagine that, just the little ones at the bottom as being the white. Yeah, they'd be lovely. Lovely. £1.70. Lots of you getting more than one. These are the days I love. Because you sit there adding to your cart, and when you look at it at the end of it, you go, ooh,
I know.
I thought I spent more than that.
Lots and lots of items in there.
Yeah.
And that, the final figure is less than you thought it was.
Exactly. It always makes me feel happy when that happens.
Yeah.
What was the next one, my lovely? Ooh. More pink. More pink. I'm glad we've gone for pink this time rather than red. I liked the red.
Yeah, I like the pink.
I like the pink.
Yeah,
I
it's
do.
very springtime.
It is. It is. And believe it or not, it is springtime. 155 carats, pink dyed quartz faceted rounds. These are 8mm in size, and I like the fact the faceting on these is very much, it's almost like a glitter ball effect. So you know when you've got pretty much like almost like a golf ball as well, as many surfaces as can possibly be created on a sphere has been done. Look. So you get that incredible sparkle, £2.30. More sparkle than you can shake a stick at for £2.30. I've still got a thing for stretchy bracelets because I'm looking at that going, ooh, that would be nice. Baby with the Buddha head.
Yes, definitely with the Buddha head.
Or even one of the skulls.
You know, with the crystal skulls we've had from Swarovski as well. That would look lovely.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that would be really good. Earring-wise, if you were to turn this into earrings, would you use one on a long stem or would you use a couple?
Sometimes I use one and then use a head pin and create a loop, then create another one with an eye pin and drop that onto there. Maybe put a piece of chain in between them to get some movement and motion. But sometimes just one. And actually creating quite a short drop on an earring, because some people don't like a long drop on their earrings at all. They like to keep them quite close.
If you do want them really close, have them as studs. I don't know if we've still got any, but we had the little stars that went in. So you had half a post and then you had half a post with the star on, and you just popped them in to the full drilled gemstone. They're really lovely. What was the next one, my lovely Sue? Ooh, green. That's a very vivid green. Very vivid, 150 carats again. This has never been seen. Never? How is it in a clearance then? Is this one of those that ended up getting a little bit lost in the vault? Ah, so it may potentially have been in a kit, or it might have got lost in the vault, but it's not actually been seen before, just as a single strand. So you're getting 36 centimetres as the strand length. You are getting 7mm as the size of the gemstone. You're getting as many facets as you had on the previous strand that we just saw, and you're getting this incredible. It's not a chrome dioxide green. But it's not an emerald green either, is it?
No, it's almost a sort of a deep bottle green.
Yes! Yeah, that's a perfect way of describing it, actually. A deep bottle green for £2.30. I like that. Oh, actually, it reminds me of, I know it's the wrong time of year and don't start shaking your heads at me, but I am going to say it. It looks like holly.
It does.
I didn't say the C word, but it looks like the colour of holly. The cringing that's going on in the gallery at the moment. Threatening to walk out if I say the C word. Xmas. Didn't say it, so you can't do it. I managed to do it though, didn't I? But it has got that theme. I know it's a million miles away, don't worry. But it has got that kind of colour, hasn't it? I'm going to go back to pink before my crew walk out on me. This time it's not faceted, so you've got the plain rounds. I love plain rounds. There's something really nice about them. They're really universal. They can be used in so many different designs. They look fantastic against other gemstones, and they feel great against the skin as well. Sometimes when you've got a faceted stone, it can be a little bit uncomfortable, particularly if it's a rondelle and it's a larger rondelle. But and I'm talking about bracelets here, necklaces, it doesn't make a difference. But when you want something on your wrist, these are always ideal because they're so smooth. 165 carats you're getting. 8mm in size, so a really good size to stand out. But again, still comfortable to wear if you want to wear it as a bracelet. And it's a 35 centimetre strand. £1.70. These are ridiculous prices today, aren't they, really? And I know it's a clearance, so they're supposed to be really ridiculous prices, but Happy Easter! Could you get a sausage roll for that price? I suppose you could, couldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
Sausage roll, maybe.
Yeah, definitely if you sort of, you know, local coffee shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Place where the workmen go to. We got one of those? We've got a high street coffee shop all our local workmen go into.
Isn't that like a...
No, it just seems to be they're in there very early in the morning. But then
so it's not a cafe, it's...
It's sort of a little bit of a coffee shop, sort of. They do breakfast and things in there as well.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
There we go. See, I want breakfast now.
I know.
Why do you do this to me? The kit is coming up very shortly. Do not worry, we have not forgotten about that. We've just got so many clearance items to bring you. We're trying to squeeze as many in as possible before we bring you the kit. Ooh, this one is tapered.
It's ready to go, isn't it?
I say, restrand it, done.
Yeah.
Restrand it, done. Sarah, get your wire out of the way.
Moving it.
Thank you. Maybe I should just move this way. That might help. So 180 carats of blue colour dyed quartz, 6 to 13 millimetres. So you are getting that graduation. It always reminds me of people graduating university. I wonder what this studded. £2.60. Clearly it wasn't finance, because that again is ridiculously low. Really deep, rich, gorgeous colour. And the colours at the moment are all about vibrant, aren't they? It's about big designs. It's about big, vibrant colours. And I know people can be quite shy and stand back and not necessarily wear really vibrant colours, but I think something like this, you could get away with.
You could, definitely. Again, you could sort of that real nautical feel about them.
Yeah.
So if you got those sort of the white quartz we had earlier.
Or even mix them with pearls.
Yes, definitely. And then gold findings, and then you're all ready to go.
Love it. A lot of people are going for 3 of these. They are ideal though, aren't they? Especially if you're making for craft fairs coming up. Just restrand it. Restrand it. Get a nice clasp on the back. Done.
I'd be tempted when I restrand it just to put different shaped size jump rings in between each of the gemstones.
Nice.
So maybe some gold jump rings.
Nice. Hold those lines on that one. Now, what was the next one, my lovely? Sorry. Ooh, we've got white moonstone now. These are... You know, we were just saying about the blue and putting it with white.
Yes, definitely.
These are really pretty. Its end's a bit fluffy, but just ignore that. When you take it off the strand, you're not going to get that. That's fine. So, plain rounds, 5 millimetres in size. They're very subtle. I like that about these ones. So you've got that nice frosting element to it, and then you've got that real subtlety. So it's not a really strong colour that's coming through when the schiller hits. It's very much a light blue that just cascades across it beautifully. That should be £8.95. No. Why not treat yourself? £4.30. £4.30. You can get a couple of stretchy bracelets out of that. Add it in between different gemstones as well, or in between different findings, and you'll get a lovely look. I really like that. How do I put that with the blue lace agate?
Oh, it would look lovely.
It's got a softness to it, which a lot of other moonstone doesn't have. I really like it.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you've got some labradorite as well of a similar sort of size, that would look lovely.
Now, would you have it faceted, or would you have it as a plain round like this?
See, I'd be tempted to have those faceted, because I quite like sort of having plain and faceted gemstones in the same design.
Yeah.
But there again, because you've got an optical effect on both of them, you wouldn't necessarily need to have them. So it just depends what you would have if you had plain or faceted. I think they would work beautifully. And if one was slightly larger than the other, that would also work, because then you'd have that sort of change of size in your strand.
Yeah, that's it. You can do so much, and with this being such a good size as well, it works with so many different things. Love it. Now, ooh. This is going to sell out. Let's put it that way. There's only 91 of them. It's going to go. Because you're going to want more than one of these. Just take, I'm not even going to say, just take a look. Take a look. How amazing is this?
Beautiful.
I've still got so much of this in my stash from years and years ago that I just cannot bring myself to cut the strand. It just looks at me going, please do something with me. No, you're too pretty.
I know, they are gorgeous. And I love the way that, you know, as you move those, you obviously see different colours coming across. So I'm seeing chocolate box purples, and then I'm seeing those really beautiful electric blues. And then I'm seeing sort of turquoisey tones coming across the top of them as well. They're beautiful.
This needs to be loved. Please don't miss out on this opportunity. It is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The sparkle on it is fabulous. Of course, it's hematite, which has been coated, and it's got a fantastic blue. It's like a, it's not an azure blue. What is it? You said electric blue. Yeah. It's an electric blue. Brilliant, stunning, striking. Got a great weightiness to it, even with the size, because of course it's hematite, so it's a heavier stone anyway. It would go amazing as earrings. I mean, all you need is one, really, isn't it? One on a drop, done. Or stretchy. Again, I'd want to put it as a stretchy because it looks incredible. £4, you are going to want to get more than one.
I want to use these to make sort of an Egyptian shaped collar.
Ooh.
And then wire wrap these into that shape.
That'd be nice. Oh, that would.
Yeah.
I'm looking at one of the designs you've got with the sort of gold beads, the gold coloured beads. It'd go really nice with that.
Those ones?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it would really, really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Now there is a bigger size of a similar, I say similar because it's more purples coming through on this one. It's big, it's round, it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And it's so weighty as well. If you do like your jewellery to be weighty, if you want to be able to feel it throughout the duration of the day, because sometimes it gives you, for me anyway, it gives me that little bit of comfort.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but it's got that cool weightiness. I mean, you've got a beautiful necklace on at the moment.
You just want to know it's there, don't you? You don't want to think, oh, is it there? Has it moved?
Yeah.
You know, you just want to know it's definitely there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. This is the perfect gemstone for it because it is so much more weighty. It's got a heavier gravity is probably the way. Is that specific gravity? It's got a heavier specific gravity. It's fabulous. Look at the colours on this one. It is so strong. So strong. £3.20. What do you want? Those are the kind of sizes you could quite happily turn into a ring. And you've got it for £3.20. And you've got so many on that strand.
I just love the fact that these have got such a sizable drill hole through them as well.
Ah, see, I was too enamoured by the shiny sparkly to even notice the drill hole.
I love the fact that it changes colour towards the drill hole as well.
It does, yeah, absolutely. You could get a 1mm through that, couldn't you?
Oh, very easily. Yeah.
I reckon 1.5. That might be a push, mightn't it?
Possibly, but you'll get all your satin cords through there. You'll certainly get your S-long cords through there.
Yes, yeah.
So if you want to macrame with these, you want to knot with them, you want to crochet with them, you'll be able to do all of that with them. No problem.
I love it. I'm just looking at it going, would I just want to restrand it and wear it like that? And I kind of do, and I kind of want to add silver in between, silver spacers, but the flat spacers.
Yes, like these sort of Stardust rondelles, the sort of squash ones.
Oh, you're speaking my language. Yeah. I love that. Now, there is a bit of wait on the phone lines, I'm afraid. Please be patient. You will not be waiting for very long. If you don't want to be in a wait on the phone lines, please do go straight to the website. Use the app if you've got the app installed, and if you haven't got the app installed, install it. It's brilliant. It is brilliant. But the website you can go through as well. Check your basket out as soon as you can. The beauty of doing it on the website is you can then add to your order, so you're never paying any more than one postage and packaging throughout the day. And it's the same for the phone calls as well. You're only ever going to be paying one postage and packaging. which is amazing on a day like today. Now it is, believe it or not, kit time, and the kit is going to give you the most ridiculously good deal. Now, let's just take a look at how many tubes you are getting, because we need to put this into some kind of perspective. So you are getting oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles of your antique copper plated brass beads. You are getting 4 tubes. Now, you're getting 4 tubes, and each tube, there's approximately 700 pieces in one tube. So that's a lot.
It is. It's an awful lot.
That is a lot that you've got there. Now, on top of that, you've also got your True 2. You've got 2 different colourways. So on your True 2, you've got your California Gold Rush Fire Polish Check Seed beads of 2mm, and you're getting 600 of those. And then you're getting the white fire polish as well in 2mm, and again, that's 600. So, oh, my brain. How many do we get of all together? So 700 per tube for 4 tubes. You're getting 4,000 beads in this deal today. 4,000. I'm assuming you've got quite a few beads left.
I've got loads left. Loads and loads and loads and loads. I mean, I only used half of one of the tubes. I've got most of this on the mat here. So this is...
Oh dear. So you've made this gorgeous necklace.
I made this one out of the kit.
And you've crammed on so many of those beads on there, haven't you? You've tried to use as many as possible.
I've
got 4 tubes, what do I do?
I know. And then I brought lots and lots of different examples of how you can use metallic seed beads, because it's one of those ones that I've made so many pieces with these in the past that there are so many different ways you can use them. So I thought I'd just bring lots and lots of different ways to be able to use them.
Now, for the 4,000 beads, you should be looking at £77.70, which is an amazing price when you consider the fact you are getting the True 2s in there. You're getting 2 packs of the True 2s. In fact, you're getting 1,200 of the True 2s in total, 600 of either the colour. You're then getting so many, 4 tubes of those fantastic antique copper brass plated seed beads of 4mm. £77 is brilliant. Now, you've actually done some research, haven't you?
I did, very quickly this morning. And it's one of those things, if you do research for the True 2s, it's quite difficult to price comparison. Because they're sold in so many different ways. What we are giving you here are what was classed as the trade packs. So they come in a bag. Let me just see if I can get mine out of here. So you can see that they actually come in a bag that's sealed. And that is a trade bag. So that's the 600 in there.
So you'd expect those to either be used by someone who makes lots and lots and lots of jewellery, or to be split up and say it's a bead store, you would put them on sale to be sold separately.
So I could not find these specifically for sale in the UK anywhere in these specific colours. Now you do need, when you're price comparing the True 2s, to look at the same colour, because they use so many different treatments and so many different metals on top of the beads themselves, that you can look at one and then you say, well, why was that one so much different in price to that one? And it's the finishings and the coatings that they put on them. Sometimes they use precious metals. Sometimes there's 3 or 4 different processes go onto a single bead. So I price compared these, the chalk white and the California Gold Rush, which is the ones that we've got in here. And I could only find the chalk white ones for sale either in a 150 pack, or they were in 2 gram packs, which are the smaller packs that we've sometimes sold on Jewellery Maker, the ones in little, they're like in a little tub.
Little tubes,
yes. And so those are the only ones I could find for sale in the UK. And when I worked that out, the lowest price I got to was about £16 for the chalk white ones. and that's working it out, buying enough to make one of these trade packs. And for the California Gold Rush one, the lowest I got to was £21, so roughly about £21.
Yeah.
That was the lowest I could find to buy the equivalent in the UK. And that was just me looking for exactly the same product and in the same quantity.
Yeah.
So that was just my little bit of research, but they are very tricky to find price comparisons for, but there you go.
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, we buy as a wholesaler, basically. So we buy large quantities of gemstones and various different things, and we are able to give you amazing deals because of that. Now, you should be looking at paying £77.70 for the whole of this, but it's clearance, so we're not. The deal on this is redonkulous. Seriously. Redonkulous. £44. That's for 4,000 beads. 4,000 beads you're getting there. How much per bead? You're looking at 0.0, aren't you, on that? 0.0 something something. You are getting an amazing deal. When you break it down to each component, we have bought you, and I've never bought you a pack like this before, I've never bought you a kit like this before, where you get 4 tubes of 700 per tube. If you are making really big, eye-catching pieces, this is the pack for you.
Yeah. Definitely. And if you're new to seed beading as well and you want to try some of the techniques and you want to try with a slightly larger bead, that builds up a little bit quicker for you, but it'll give you lots of impact and lots of detail. This is a brilliant way of being able to get started. The Fire Polish True 2s are an incredible bead. They are the equivalent to a size 11 seed bead. So if you are a seed beader and you want to work these with some of the seed beads you already have in your stash, they are the equivalent to a size 11.
I absolutely adore this one.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
The Gold Rush one, it is stunning. You've got autumnal colours coming through, you've got the gold flashing through there as well. It's just really lovely. I mean, look at this.
And if you've managed to get any of the 2mm gemstone beads we've had, they are going to work beautifully. You can pop that little bit of metallic lustre into your designs.
Sparkle! Beautiful bit of sparkle. Love the white as well. You've got an iciness to the white and a little bit of almost a frosting to it.
It's like freshly fresh snow, isn't it? When you get the sun glistening on fresh snow.
Or sugar cubes.
Yes. It is very beautiful.
Don't eat them. Do not eat them. So, I mean, those on their own are fantastic. Really fantastic. So what are you going to show us?
I'm going to show you how to make the little tubular beads, the little dimensional beads that are in this design.
Brilliant.
So they're a little bit different from the ones that are in the gold design, which if you've seen, those are more of a smooth tube, whereas these ones are a little bit more dimensional, so they're not actually got a smooth surface. They've got like sort of undulations. We've got beads underneath and then sort of a layer on top. And it's just a slightly different way of building a tubular bead. And tubular beads are great because you can make them as long as you like. You can make a whole bracelet, or you can you know, make them short and then sort of have them as spacers. So I always just have a little sort of, see how this feeling takes you. If you don't like the design, just make 2 small beads and then use them as spacers. And if you like the design, just make a longer one. So to start off with this design, I'm just going to move my beads. So there we go. What we're going to do is I'm using wildfire.
Yep.
But you could use Fireline, that's absolutely no problem at all. You can use a higher weighted Fireline or wildfire, so one of the higher pound weights, because the beads have got sizable drill holes through them.
Yes.
So it's absolutely no problem to use one of the thicker and higher weighted versions. And I'm using a beading needle. Size 10's absolutely fine. If you've only got a size 12, not a problem.
Yeah.
And with this, almost you could use a household beading needle.
I was going to question, could you use just an average needle?
Yeah, pretty much, because the drill holes are that much bigger. We're not actually doing anything that's going to be too difficult, that we need a flexible beading needle. So if you've only got a household needle and you maybe just want to have a little go, and you've got some of our monofilament, for instance, you could have a go and start with that.
Brilliant.
So again, great place to start with your seed beading. So I've just added those onto the thread. I've got the end of the thread facing towards me, and I'm going to bring the needle back round towards me and go through all 8 beads that are on there, like so. And that creates a little circle. I'm just going to pull that thread all the way through. And at this point, I normally keep my finger in that loop of thread, because then I can pull this towards the end. So you can see I'm making that little tail of thread shorter. If I allow that to close up, it's harder for me to be able to move that thread along. So now, if you pinch the beads together and pull both threads together, you'll find that you end up with a little circlet. And now we can knot our threads together. So to do that, I'm just going to do a surgeon's knot, which is an overhand knot, and you take the tail through the loop that you formed twice. And you end up with this little spiral, and you can pull that together. Great if you're tying bows and you want them to be nice and tight, because this knot won't spring open. So it's a nice little one, and then you can just tie a single overhand knot on top of there. Pull that nice and tight. So that's your base of 8 beads, and then you actually have something to hold on to. So I normally take that thread, take it over my finger and pinch it between my 2 fingers like that. So that gives me a base that this isn't moving around too much.
Yeah, because often with seed beading, the first bit's really fiddly, isn't it?
It is, but because these are slightly bigger as well, you've got a little bit more to grasp. So I'm just going to take my needle away from the knot by 1 bead. So I've just gone through 1 bead, pull my thread through just to get that away from the knot, and I'm ready now to create my base layers that go on top of this. Now I've got one that's advanced a little bit further, which is I'm just going to show you exactly the same technique on. So this, if you imagine this is my little 8 beads, what I'm going to do exactly the same on the next layer of this one. So I'll just show you. Can you see on the top of that I've got a layer of 8 beads. So I've got 3, 1 in the middle and 3 at the top there.
Yep.
Another one, and then so it's like a square shape of beads. And that is exactly the same as what we just did with that little section there. So if you can see, it's almost like a diamond shape if I hold it like that. I'm coming through one of the corners of my diamond, and I need to be able to make a little triangle around those beads. So I'm going to pick up 3 beads, and this is exactly what I would do on the little base. I miss the centre bead of that square and go through the next corner. And you see I end up with like a little triangle of beads. I'll put my finger under that. Can you see that little triangle of beads?
Yep.
And then I'm going to move my design around, pick up 3 more. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to miss the next bead in the circle and go through the next corner. And I always turn my work, just turn it around, so I've always got the next little working section facing where's easiest to bead into. Some people you find they'll end up beading all sort of round and they end up with their hands all in a twist, and it gets kind of uncomfortable after a while. So work in a position that's comfortable for you. So I'm going to repeat that again, turn the work, and then 1, 2, 3. Now this is the bit where people often get lost. So this is the bead I'm going to skip. So I'm exiting this bead here, I'm going to skip this bead, and I need to step up to this corner bead here. So to do that, I'm going to skip, go through the bead as if I was just going to add those beads on, like that, and then I'm going to go through the 2 beads of the first 3 that we added to go into the outer corner. So now I've got a diamond shape.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not going to make a very good tube as it is, because it's square and it's wider than the rest of the tube we've created. So we now need to bring this into a tubular shape. So to do that, I'm going to pick up 1 bead, and I'm going to go through the middle bead of the 3 that we added. So there's a little triangle of beads here. I'm going to go through the middle. It's almost like it's a corner. It's like a corner bead of this square.
Like a corner sofa?
Yes. And I'm going to bring that bead through and just pull that tight. And you see that little corner's now folded in. I'm going to do the same with the next corner. Now I'm just tensioning this thread over my finger as I go, because that allows me to start to pull the tube shape upwards. So again, do the next one. Tension your thread again on your finger. Oops. 1 bead through the next corner. And if the tension drops for whatever reason, just pull it again, it's fine. We're going to go round and reinforce this layer in a second. And reinforcing basically just means tracing the path. So I'm going to go through the last corner. I'm actually going to start to pick up the beads in this round. Now you'll see when I've gone through this bead that I've again got, although very loosely, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beads again. Yes. Because we've got the 4 corners of the ones we just added, plus the 4 we added on this round. That makes the 8, which will give me my diamond again. So if I pull that into a nice tight formation, I'm going to just start to bead around the diamond again. And
so it's just to hold that into place?
It's just a reinforcement layer, not reinforcement. When if you hear read a tutorial about seed beading, it says reinforce the layer you just created. It basically just means go round again. And you can see now that I can let go of that and the tension's still there. Yes. I've not got any tension on this thread at all, and it's going to stay there. So all you have to do now is decide, is that how long you want the bead to be, or are you going to keep going? Yeah. And that is literally, if I wanted to go again, I would start to add a layer of 3 now. So I'd add 3 beads, skip the middle one and go to the next corner. Add 3 beads and go round. And then I'd go through those corner beads again and do exactly the same thing.
So it's like a section at a time you're doing?
It is. It's a repeating pattern. Most seed beading techniques repeat, and this is no different, apart from you do a slightly different technique. So it's an alternating technique. So add 3 beads in a picot all the way around, and then you're going to take the corners and add a little bead in between and pull those picots up into a tube. And that's all we've done, is literally that.
That's brilliant.
And it's all you have to do to be able to create the whole length of those tubes. So if you decide you want to make 2 of those, all you do is just bead until it's exactly the same length and then stop.
Yep, that's brilliant.
So I didn't even count my beads, I just waited until the tube was the same length, and then I just stopped and finished them off. And to finish off, we've shown many, many times how to finish off thread in seed beading, so you might feel free to have a look back, but it's just tracing through the beads and tying a little knot as you go.
Thank you very much for that, my lovely. Now I'm going to bring to you some little treats. To get, I mean, I suppose you could thread that onto this, couldn't you?
Yes, yes, it would.
So I've got some cords for you. Well, these are going to be ridiculously affordable. I've got various different colours. I'm going to bring the white one first, but when I say some, got lots. So it's silk cord that I'm bringing in multiple colourways, but we are going to start off with the white. This is so nice. It feels so nice. And you're not going to be able to see that, but it does. It's silk, so it does feel incredible. It's an entire metre of your silk cord. You're looking at a 2mm depth to it. And it really is lovely. I've never worked with silk cord before, have you?
Only to make neckline pieces from. So
how easy is it to work with?
It's really easy. So you can use our ribbon cord endings that we've had before to be able to use that, or even the smaller Kumihimo end findings to be able to put a clasp on the end there. You can knot this. I can see this being beautifully if you want to sew this in between your shibori ribbon as well.
I was thinking shibori.
Or even your soutache work.
Yes.
So it would look beautiful with that, and because it's the silk you got there. The only time I've ever seen cords like this anywhere else is actually made up already into neckline lanyards. So to actually put a pendant onto, made up with a ribbon cord ending on the end of them, the price was really rather considered.
Yeah, I can imagine it would be. Yeah. I'm liking the idea of it. Simple, plain, neckline piece, as you were just saying, but with something as large and substantial as what you've done there with the beading.
Yeah, because you've got, with these tubes, you've got a really substantial hollow through the centre, so you'd be able to, I would just use something like a darning needle to thread the silk through, and then just pop the darning needle through the centre of the tube of beads, if you wanted to.
That'd be really good. Really good. Now, what can we do price-wise on these ones? It is silk, so you'd expect it to be considered. That was considered as that? It's £1. It is £1. So even though it is silk, even though you would expect it to be considered in comparison to an average cord, it is £1 for 1 metre. That doesn't seem right, does it?
It doesn't.
That does not seem right at all. That's a bit naughty.
It's very naughty.
That's a little bit cheeky. Even if you've never worked with it before, grab it, pop it in your basket, check it out, get it home, and just make to your heart's content. I mean, at those kind of prices, get several and just mess about, have fun.
I can see these, you know, you could macrame with these. I mean, you know, I wouldn't normally say, you know, you macrame with silk because it wouldn't be something that I would think I could get enough of at a reasonable cost to be able to do that.
It's a ridiculous idea, isn't it?
It is.
It's a ridiculous idea. Macrame with silk? What are you talking about? Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm just thinking, I mean, you don't actually just have to use it for jewellery making. There are so many different things you can use this for, but the idea of a metre of silk for £1 for me is just completely not normal. Not normal. Love it, absolutely love it. You're getting lots of these as well, which is fabulous. Now I'm going to bring you another colour. What colour shall we go for? Lavender. I'm assuming it's this one, but then there's a song, a nursery rhyme, that sings lavender's blue, lavender's green. I love that song. Yes. It will not get out of my head. But we have got lavender, 1 metre of your lavender silk. And that is one of the most striking purples. Yet subtle at the same time, I love it. Perfect with pinks, perfect with pastel tones, perfect with brighter colours as well.
I've seen this working really well with your amethyst. It's got that sort of hue about it. It's quite a beautiful jewel tone.
See, now that's what we should really be looking at, isn't it? If the computer will let us do it, that is.
Say no.
See, even the computer knows it shouldn't be doing that. The computer says no, £1. £1 in total, not the £6.95 that the computer wants to take it to. Oh well. Oh well. Happy Easter. That's a very Eastery colour, isn't it?
It is.
Pop it with the green.
No.
See, there it is. Lavender's blue, lavender's green.
See, the Easter chicks almost similar colour.
And what do chicks say? Cheap, 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 cheap. And I don't like saying that about silk, but if you think about it, it really is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's why loads of you getting more than one. I mean, Mary, my lovely, congratulations, you got yourself 5. You're going to love them. You're going to absolutely adore them. They feel amazing as well.
They do.
You might spend a large majority of the time before you make anything with it just playing with it. I really love these.
They are lovely.
Love it. Now I'm going to bring you a teal colour.
Wow.
That's a really strong.
It is. That's the great thing about silk, though. It takes colour.
Yeah.
And it holds the colour so beautifully.
How much are silk scarves? I mean, they are.
Oh, crikey.
They are considered, aren't they?
Even very small silk scarves can be very considered.
But if you think about it, you could get yourself a relatively affordable scarf, make some nice patterns using one of these, and it'll look amazing. Again, £1. They are going to end up selling out, so if you haven't already done so, get them in your basket, check those baskets out, add it to your order. If you haven't already started an order, start an order. If you've never bought from us before, try us now. If you spend £4.95, you'll also get a starter kit as well, which will give you tools, findings, it'll give you little information packs. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I'll give you a DVD as well. It is fantastic. If you've never bought from us before, it's so worth trying it. Of course, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So if you then decide, you know what, jewellery making's not for me, it's all right. You can send it back. It's all good. Although, do you know what? I think jewellery making is one of those amazing hobbies that it doesn't matter what your skill or ability is, you will find a medium within it that you will fall in love with and you'll be amazing at.
Yeah, definitely. Whether you want to just do, you know, the standard stringing beads, and keep it very, very simple. Whether you want to get into your seed bead work, whether you're, maybe you sew at the moment, maybe you want to start working with shibori and actually take your sewing into the jewellery medium. If you enjoy that aspect of it, that sort of very almost time-consuming, but for a real good purpose. Like cross-stitching and embroidery is time-consuming for a really good purpose. I think shibori is as well. I love the fact that shibori you can spend as long and make it as elaborate as you like, or you can actually do some quite quick pieces and still get that effect. But there we go. Maybe you're wanting to do something that you can then take across to, maybe you're a paper crafter at the moment, or you do scrapbooking, and you actually want to take some of these mediums across into that, or vice versa.
Now I'm going to bring the next 3 in the next hour for you, because I've got some little pairs that I think you're going to love. Now these are Swarovski. You're getting 2 of them in a pack. I want to set that into a ring. Can you imagine that?
Bit of cerulean and a little bezel. That would look amazing.
That is bling. It's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And they say if you wear a pair facing in, it means you're taken. And if you wear a pair facing out, it means you're looking for love. And yours is a bit ski whiff.
Yeah, it's facing inwards though.
It is facing inwards.
It's facing inwards.
I love the fact Sarah's like,
yes,
it's...
Yeah. It's definitely facing.
Yeah, it's facing in. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. There we are. You don't have to use it as a ring, of course. You can turn it into a pendant. They're really, really lovely in the way they're done, because you've actually got almost like, if it were a real gemstone, you would have had the back faceted. But they've actually gone along with that idea, even with the coating that they've got there. You've still got those little facets coming through. So I like, actually, the way it looks from behind as well.
That's the great thing about Swarovski, the attention to detail, even the the part of the gemstone or the part of the crystal that's not supposed to be seen is just as beautiful.
Yeah.
And there is no corners cut. Everything is perfectly finished, even on those bits where you wouldn't expect to sort of be inspecting them too closely.
No, they are fabulous. Yeah. Absolutely fabulous. £1.90 for the 2. Wow. It's less than £1 each.
That's amazing.
That is why you've got so many people here. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. Right. So far, everyone who's bought one has not bought one. They've bought 2. And now, Sharon, you've got 1. You've bought that one, which is brilliant. And lots of you are now coming in for these, which is fabulous. But it is one of those prices you're going to want to get a couple of, aren't you? Really? Yeah. Now, next up, which one, my lovely? Ooh. Green quartz. That was almost a question, then, wasn't it? Green quartz?
I know. And I almost said the joke back.
Green quartz?
Of course it is.
Of course it is. Now, I'm saying green quartz in a questioning way because look at the colour. That is absolutely beautiful. And I'm trying to think of another gemstone that it looks like, because again, it's not your chrome dioxide colour. It's got more of almost a bluey tone to it.
You know what this reminds me of is green onyx a little bit.
Yes.
It's got that glow.
Yes. Yes. Honestly, I think you've hit the nail on the head on that one. Had to be done. Had to be done. 35 carats of your green coloured dyed quartz for £2.50. The joke was free. Although you probably want to send that back. Just got a little influx of, can we return it, please? No, that's it. No returns. No returns on jokes. We do, however, a 30-day money-back guarantee on any items that you buy from the show, so you don't have to worry about that, even if it is an item that you may never have tried before and you think, I just want to have a look and see what it's like, and then you decide, you know what, it's not right for me, Still got that 30-day money-back guarantee. £2.50. I don't think you'll be sending this one back.
No, definitely not. I love those because they're you know, they're more of a rondelle shape
Yes.
to them. They're beautiful, so they're really nice for stacking up on earrings or you putting in between your round gemstones.
Yeah.
Spaces. So anywhere you might think about putting a Stardust rondelle, you could put one of these.
I love the fact you keep mentioning Stardust rondelles. I love them.
I know. They are so beautiful to use with your jewellery.
Love them, love them, love them. If you hadn't already guessed, I do quite like the Stardust beads. Now, pendant ahoy. Oh, these nice.
They're beautiful.
So these are actually electroplated. So the metal pretty much goes straight onto the gemstone. It's not done separately and then wrapped around. It's pretty much gone onto the gemstone straight away, which is why you can get the smoothness, which is fabulous. You're getting 3 of these, all of them pendant size. £22.95 is what it should be. What shall we do for you for an Easter special is the question. Maybe you can add it to one of the silk cords. £11 for the 3 of them. Wow. So if you think about it, you could have all 3 of those on your £1 silk cord and you've got the most amazing necklace for £12.
Yeah, definitely. Or even 3 necklaces for £12.
Oh, yeah, there we are. That's true, because you've got to meet, of course.
Yeah.
There we go. Bargain. Now, it is a fabulous, fabulous idea. And I love the way you've got it so close to the actual gemstone that it so snugly fits.
It's almost seamless.
Yes.
It's just because it contours itself to the gemstone. And in the past, when we've had bezel settings that are a strip of metal, for instance, that's had to be then worked to the shape of the gemstone, you end up with this almost a lip on the side of the gemstone. And, you know, it kind of makes a step, if you like, around that gemstone. Whereas this is seamless. It's literally straight onto the gemstone. There is none of that sort of bulkiness around the gemstone, yet it's securely fitted to the gemstone. It hugs every contour.
Yeah. Yeah. And £11, that is fantastic. I mean, that's the kind of price you'd expect to pay for just one of those, isn't it? They look incredible.
I'd expect to pay more than that for one of those.
Ah, there we are. There you go. Hold those lines on that one. Now, next. Did you say 21? There's nothing in 21, but can I bring 22? Because I just spotted it again and I really like it. Are you ready for this? I'll show you.
Ooh. Oh, yes. I love this. Love it.
It is amazing. Look at this. Oh, I am in love with these.
Want a cocktail style prong set ring from one of these?
Oh. Imagine them as earrings. They might be, no, actually, I think you could probably get away with the smaller ones as earrings.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Now, they are pyrite, so they are slightly heavier than an average gemstone, so you might just want to stick with the smaller ones for earrings rather than any of the bigger ones. But it's 360 carats of your copper colour-coated pyrite. They are amazing! 13 to 17 millimetres. They look amazing. There is nothing more I can say. They look amazing.
You know, I want to use these around my house because this colour is everywhere in household items at the moment, as well as, you know, sort of handbags and fashion.
Yeah.
And so just to maybe, if you've got a blind pull or I've got little lights in my bathrooms that have got like little plastic light pulls on them that...
Get rid of the plastic.
Get rid of those. I want these on them.
Yeah, you don't need the plastic. Get rid of the plastic. No, get one of these.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, get one of these. That'd be brilliant.
That's it.
Morning. Good evening. You just keep going into the bathroom just
I'll
to
probably catch the kids just going in there.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. £10.80, and you're getting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Around about 11 on that strand, approximately 11. It depends on the size that they come, but they are brilliant, aren't they?
they have got such a wow factor. I just think one of these in a design, if you're, you know, if you're using maybe some of our microfaceted black spinels or something like that to make a bangle or a bracelet, just one of these in the centre of that is just going to change it from being really lovely to having the wow factor and pizzazz and sparkle and that evening factor as well.
I'm thinking popcorn chain. Now, don't go anywhere. The next 2 hours are going to be incredible. We've got more amazing deals coming up, and of course we've still got the second kit as well in the final hour. It is going to be bananas. You've seen the kind of prices, and of course we've got the silks coming up as well. So sit back, get yourself a brew or a chocolate egg, maybe 2 or 3. We'll see you after this.
Are you interested in learning a brand new medium or brushing up on your skills? Then why not join Jo Barclay Logie for her seed bead leather wrap bracelet workshop? You will learn an array of different style bracelets, including the Chan-Lu bracelet, and get to grips with various seed bead techniques, including the ladder stitch. Included as part of the course is a buffet style lunch, tour of the studio, and the chance to shop in our exclusive on-site store. All of this for just $79.99. For more information, head over to our website or contact our workshop coordinator at any time by emailing workshop@JewelleryMaker.com. If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our 30-day money-back guarantee.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.JewelleryMaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Did you know, no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging. Select our standard delivery for just £2.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for £4.95. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Known as the Rolls-Royce of pearls, the South Sea pearl is cultured throughout areas in the Indian and Pacific Oceans, but most commonly they come from Australia, the Philippines and Indonesia. These prized pearls can take up to 3.5 years to fully form and are known for their large size, beautiful colour range and their luxurious lustre. And that's what makes them the rarest of all pearl types. South Sea pearls on Jewellery Maker.
Hello and welcome back. It is Easter weekend, and so we've decided it's a perfect time to do a spring clean out. So we are bringing ridiculous prices on every single thing you're going to see over the next few days. We're going right through to Monday with the clearance deals. It's going to be incredible. Don't forget as well, we have got the kit coming up a little bit later on. Not that you're going to forget, because it's going to be amazing. Now I'm going to start off with some wire, not just any wire, it's your flat wire. We don't bring you this very often. It's 1 whole metre of silver plated copper flat wire, 3mm depth. Can I just say we've only got 18? That is it. That is it. It's only been seen in a kit before, is that correct? It has only ever been seen in a kit before. It's the first time that it's on air separately, and it's about to go to a clearance price for the last 18 chances. Now 14 chances, £3 is your price. They are brilliant. If they are going to sell out. If you've looked online at the moment, there are certain bangles that are trending, aren't they? And it literally is just a strip of metal and then a little message that's been stamped along it.
Yeah, definitely. You can wire wrap around these as well. You can use this to bezel set your gemstones. Not surprised.
Yeah, it's gone.
Not surprised at all.
See, I was looking at some of these bracelets, and they are, I've never heard of the company before, but I found it online, and I was looking at a couple of them with the little messages across. And you can either buy a set of 3, I think it was rose gold plated, gold plated and silver, and 3 were £55, or you could buy the silver ones individually for £20 each. And they are really nice if you can make them for yourself. Now, I know this isn't silver, it's actually champagne gold coloured, so it's not gold, it's gold coloured. It's copper, but you could do it for yourself, couldn't you? Get a stamping kit, or if you've got one, just stamp a message across there. Love it. £3, 21 chances, and that is it. Again, it's that 1 metre.
1 metre goes an awful long way when you're making, you know, just maybe you're making little sections to make sort of almost like identity bracelet sort of sections, and then maybe stamping a hole in either end and using a jump ring to add some chain on. So you're only using a little section to go across your wrist to put that little message on there. And, you know, you could, you know, almost hide a phone number underneath for a child as an emergency contact and have their name or something maybe on the top.
That's nice. That's really nice. I like things like live, laugh and love.
Yes.
Just little
or
sweet
the positive
ones like that.
messages.
Positive affirmations. They're gone. They're gone. Now, ooh, can I just say this is probably going to go just as quickly, so grab it while you can. So we're now looking at more flat wire. Isn't that brilliant? This is 5mm in depth, so this is probably really good if you wanted a bit of a longer message.
Yes.
They are really lovely, really lovely. Again, it's copper. This time it is silver plated. So it's silver plated, copper flat wire, and you've got the 5mm depth. There are only 16 of these available, I'm afraid, though. That is it. That is it. £3. You could make a good number of bangles out of these, couldn't you?
Oh, definitely, yeah. And this wire is really nice if you just get both ends and twist it as well. So twist it between 2 sets of pliers, you end up with a beautiful twisted flat wire, which gives you, you know, like you've seen, I don't know if you've seen in the garden centres, you have these the light twisters that you put in the garden. You can almost make that, but like in a bangle.
Brilliant. I'm afraid that has sold out. Now, I've got some cord for you, but cord with a difference. This is a snake print leatherette cord. I like this. I've not seen this before.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is.
I like that because it's almost got a leopard or tiger feel to it with the coloration.
Yeah. This is one of those that you could hide it in the grass and you probably would think that was a real snake, wouldn't you? So it's 1 metre, again. It's your snake plint? Snake plint print. Print. Come on, say the word properly. Print. Snake print. £1 leatherette cord.
Wow.
£1. As a bangle, that'd be beautiful. As a bracelet, that'd be beautiful. As a necklace, anything really. Belt.
I think this would be good for, you know, my boys would wear this. I'd be tempted to sort of almost make a survival style bracelet out of it, you know, with doing the macrame knots.
Yeah.
So that you know, they'd have it as a wide bangle. I'd love it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. £1. You're loving it as well. Lots of you getting more than one. Neil's got 3. I've got collector in, I can't even pronounce that. Where's that?
Merthyr Tydfil.
I'm sorry?
Merthyr Tydfil.
There we are.
What was it? Yeah.
Yeah, Merthyr Tydfil. I've never been able to pronounce that. There we are. There we go. Well done to every single one who's got it. Coraline, you got 3, congratulations. Alison, you got 2 there as well, congratulations. Collector in the West Midlands, congratulations, you've got 2 as well. There are lots and lots of you coming in for this one.
I'm not surprised.
Make a headband out of it. You could, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm thinking maybe the pink headband from earlier on, just get rid of the pink bit and have this instead.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, talking of pink, I have got a pink version. I like this one.
Oh, I do like this one as well. This one's lovely.
That is brilliant.
I can see this. If you've got a handbag that maybe you didn't like anymore, or you wanted to embellish, that you could then maybe make some flower motifs or something to put onto it.
Oh, I like that. Embellishing your handbag.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bit plain and you want to do something, but yeah, because you could actually attach this as a trim all the way around, couldn't you?
Or if you've got a zipper on the bag that you know is too small, you could just put a little loop of that through.
£1.
So you can just put any little zipper pulls from it.
Yeah.
Just by taking a little section and just...
Done.
There.
£1. Embellish away. That's, again, an amazing price. £1 for an entire metre.
Feels really nice as well.
It does. We're just sitting here stroking it, aren't we? This is probably not the best thing to do. It's one of those days today. It's just one of those days. You probably will spend a large majority of time doing that, to be fair. It does feel incredible. You could embellish your shoes.
You could. You could. Or if you've got a plain pair of flip-flops, you could make, you know, knot around the post and the band that goes around the front of your foot.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of macrame around there, or braid it on. And then if you've got a hot glue gun or something like that, you can attach the ends.
There we are. Lots of things you can do with it, as well as just sit and enjoy how it feels. Now, what was the next one, my lovely? Ooh. So there's a question that was given yesterday about black rutile quartz, and is it tourmalinated quartz? Well, I've done a bit of looking up, and you can get black rutile, so it's probably black rutile rather than tourmaline, because you would see that as being tourmalinated quartz. It's more of a reddish black that you get. So this is a selection of half drilled, I did say that right, half drilled. They're not fully drilled, which is really lovely. Now, normally we only bring the pearls to you like that, don't we? These are half drilled, so perfect for studs. I can see this ending badly. It's working. I expected it to ping across the studio then.
I was on standby.
Yeah, just in case. You are getting 5 of them in a pack, but they are perfect for earring studs. Earring studs? Studs, just studs. But you are getting an additional one, so you could turn them into rings as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you know, you can just take a piece of wire, just to have a look when you get these homes to see what the snuggest size wire will go into the drill hole. Normally it's something like a 0.6, 0.8.
Yeah.
And then you can use your wire and actually then, just as you would with a post finding, glue the wire into there. Also, these would be really nice to finish off a memory wire bangle.
I'm sitting in silence, just gawping at the moment, because I love you right now.
Do you?
I've got memory wire at home, lots of memory wire, and I'll be kind of going, how do I finish the ends off?
Yeah. If you don't want to just turn a loop on the ends and then put little charms on them or something like that, this is a really nice way to be able to finish off the memory wire. Just make sure you use a really strong glue when you pop that on there.
I love you.
Oh.
Why did I not think of that?
It's one of those things that you don't always think about, because normally it would be a half-drilled pearl that might be a really considered purchase to even get one half-drilled pearl. So to get 2 to finish a memory wire bangle, you think, I'm not going to use them for that.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, oh, hello. Yes. Ooh. 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 These are nice.
These are very me.
They are.
I love flowers.
I would never have guessed it. No. Nothing gave me that hint at all. So we're looking at... They're almost like... they remind me of star fruit.
Yes, I can see where that comes from.
Or little Tahitian flowers. These are really pretty, aren't they? They are white quartzite and they're 5-petal flowers. And you're getting a strand of 15 pieces. Now, it's not been seen outside of... Ooh, it's not been seen ever outside of a kit, this particular strand. I was going to say, I've seen them in different colours. I've seen them, I believe it was in carnelian. I might be wrong on that one. But I love the fact it's the white quartzite. It gives it a really beautiful, very serene kind of feel. I'm thinking bridal.
Yeah, definitely. I can see these, you know, maybe in a vine hairstyle piece.
Yes. Oh, that'd be lovely.
Yeah. Or even, you know, sewn right onto the very bottom of a long veil just to weight it almost.
Yeah.
Because I always found the problem with my veil was that it was quite a windy day when I got married and it just sort of blew away in the photos and I had to have someone hiding behind me holding the veil down for the photograph. So if you have these on the very bottom of your veil, that'll weight it down a little bit for you.
Yeah, good idea. £6 is, again, amazing price when you think about the fact you're getting 15 of these. You can turn them into rings as well. They would make beautiful little rings, or cufflinks.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very easy to make into rings because the drill hole runs side to side in there. So, you know, you just take your piece of wire straight through there and make a very, very easy wrapped ring. Even a beginner would be able to make these after probably just having a little play with some plain copper wire for just a few minutes and you'd be able to make a ring out of them.
They're really lovely, really lovely. Now, I'm going to bring to you some suede cord. Hello.
Wow.
I kind of want to unravel it, but don't at the same time. I'm not going to, because I can see this, again, ending badly. I've already destroyed the set. I do apologise for that. Yeah, let's not unravel everything. So we've got 5 metres here of orange suede cord. And I like the fact it's orange. Very orange. Still tempted to unravel it. I've done it, I'm sorry. For anyone else to re-ravel it. But these are ideal. I mean, we talk quite a lot about having a gemstone with just a cord going through it. These are ideal for that. And they're a really nice shape as well. So rather than it being rounded, they're slightly squared. So it's got this wonderful masculine kind of element to it. But also, if you decided you wanted to plait these, they'd look fab.
Yeah, definitely. Or if you want to just hand crochet them, so you don't even need a crochet hook. These, you can crochet them with your fingers.
I'm sorry? How did you do that?
You just create a slip knot.
I couldn't even master crocheting with a tool, let alone by hand.
I'll do that. You create a slip
knot. Can I just say, the unravelling now is not down to me.
So you create
£1.20.
Create the slip knot, and you take your finger and thumb through the loop and pull the thread through. And pull that back to a little loop. Put your finger and thumb through the thread and pull it through. And there you go, a little bit of crochet. Don't even need a crochet hook. And you just carry on like that. And the good thing is, if you make go wrong, you just pull it all out. There you go.
That is genius, by the way.
Something I learned I could do because I forgot my crochet hook.
That is genius.
There you go. It's a nice, easy one. And the kids love to do that as well, so they can sit there in front of the TV or on the bus or wherever they are.
So, I mean, technically, you could do that with a silk cord.
You could do that with a silk cord as well.
Peridot colour, 1 metre silk cord. Oh, my little cogs are turning now. That is genius. That is absolutely genius. So we've got a fabulous deal on this one, of course. You know what's going to happen. It is going to go to...
£1.
£1. £1. They have been flying out, by the way, so if you see it, like it, love it, you want it, grab it. Whether you want to crochet with it by hand or not. I really want to have a go at that crocheting by hand. I've never managed to successfully do it. How do I do a slip knot?
Okay, so slip knot is just make a loop, and you need to just make sure that you pull the long thread through the loop, so whichever way you go. And then...
Oh, that's a slip knot. See, I don't know my knots.
And then the loop you've got, you just take your fingers through and pull. There you go.
And then pull that a little bit.
Yeah.
And then...
So the loop you've got, you want the long piece of thread. That's it. So put your fingers through the loop and pull the long piece of thread through the loop and then pull.
Oh.
That's it, yeah. And then just tighten that up by pulling this loop here in your fingers.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And if it all goes wrong when you do it the first time, just undo it and have another go.
See, you get these little, I can't remember what they're called, fiddle things, aren't they? Where you sit and you twiddle and fiddle and they've got buttons and things. Who needs that? Get one of these, take this with you and just crochet and unpull.
Yeah.
Undo it. Crochet, undo. Crochet, undo.
Yeah, there's various different knots you can do that are all based on slip knots as well. So there are different versions of that you can do, not just a crochet. There are ones that you pull loops through that you normally would do with ribbon. But you could do it with the silk cord as well.
It's brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's made me really happy, that has. So we've got 1 metre now of olive coloured silk. Sorry, my brain is now on crocheting and I was about to attempt to do it again. I'm not going to, don't worry. So you look at the 2 mil size, it is going to go to £1. You know it, I know it, we all know it. There is already 20 people with it in baskets. It's going to go. There's no question about it. It's definitely going to go. Love the fact you're getting so much of it as well. Love the fact you can do so many different things with it. You don't have to do the crochet if you don't want to. We've already mentioned a number of different things, using it with shibori, using it as a cord through a pendant. It's fantastic. The opportunities are endless.
That's it. I mean, you could even, you know, use this in your interior decoration. You can sew it onto cushions.
Oh, brilliant.
So you can do all sorts with it, because I can see the 2 sort of variations of green that you've got there are sort of, you know, for making sort of trees and foliage and things like that.
Yes, that's it. I mean, you could actually use it to wrap around your wire trees to give a coating to the branches themselves.
Yes, definitely. A bit like floral tape almost, but silk.
Yes. Oh, that's snazzy.
I know.
That's very posh.
It is.
Very posh. Now, next up there's one more green, which is a darker green. I was about to say it's a vert green, but I'm basically saying it's green green.
This is almost...
This is a green.
It's almost like tree leaf green, isn't it? And it's sort of darker green.
Ironically, it's called forest green.
Ah,
there you go. Forest green. You hit the nail on the head again, lady. You hit the nail on the head again. So forest green this time, well, you know where it's going to go. It's going to leave the building very quickly. That's where it's going to go. 1 metre forest green silk string. I love it. There are so many things you can see. My brain is now going, oh, what can I trim this with?
Yes, that's it. So... I'd be thinking, could I make handbag charms with it as well? Could that go through the loop of the handbag furniture or the zip on the handbag?
Yeah.
Is that going to go on my purse inside my handbag, or with my keys? Put my keys on there even, to like tie them into your handbag.
Yeah.
So you've got that longer loop.
I'm liking the idea of sort of going a little bit like the soutache, where you spiral it, but actually making patterns and pictures.
Oh, yes.
Because sometimes, if you've seen the felt ropes almost, they do pictures out of those. Just thinking of doing something with silk, because normally that would be kind of a really expensive way of doing a picture on a bag or on a dress. Yeah. But to have it at £1, that's then making it affordable and accessible.
I'm also thinking, you know, you get the sort of box frames that have got some of the nautical knots in there.
Yeah.
You could do different knots in different colours of the silk and actually have them in a box frame.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. Hold those lines on that one, my lovely. Hold those lines. Now, oh, what's this? What's this? Ooh. Ooh. Hello. That's kind of a, I want to say a mulberry colour. It's probably more a damson, isn't it? Oh, hello. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Knew that was going to happen at some point. So, half drilled again. Really need to not ping this across the studio. It'd be a bit silly if I did. So, half drilled. They are amazing. I would actually like this just as a single pendant. Just a single pendant. Post through the centre. On a chain, done. And you get 5 of them. So that's 5 pendants you could do. You could make yourself earring, bracelet, maybe an extra earring to go with it. You might want a pair.
Yeah.
A ring. £1.90.
Wow.
It's very unusual for us to bring you half-drilled anything.
It is.
So the fact we've got the shell pearls here with the half drill.
And it's unusual that we have the shell pearl with the facets.
Absolutely.
Which, you know, that for me is something that you can never get from Mother Nature of creating a freshwater pearl. But when you use the same materials and you make a shell pearl, you can have it whatever colour you like and with facets. It's amazing.
And with it being half drilled, you can now turn it into any piece of jewellery you want.
You can. And you don't even have to have the findings, the half drilled findings, to be able to create these. You know, simple piece of wire, create a little setting for it, create a little basket of wire for that pearl to sit in, and you've got a beautiful pendant.
Absolutely.
So it really is quite simple to be able to set those.
Now I've got some blue quartz for you. Really deep, rich. It's almost lapis lazuli blue. Ooh. I'd like to pop this with those big, chunky pyrites we had, coated pyrites we had.
Oh, what, the rose gold ones?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, yeah. No, they'll be absolutely fabulous. Although, to be fair, I do quite like the idea of these with those purple shell pearls that we've just had. I know they're both very dark, deep colours, but I think it'd kind of go.
I think they're sort of similar sort of hues, aren't they? Like when you look at a colour wheel, they're very similar to on the same colour spectrum. So we've got a lot of blue in the sort of mulberry tone.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. I do like that. I like the idea of gold in between. I like the idea of silver in between, and I'm going to say it. Stardust beads. £2.70 is what you're looking at price-wise on this one, which again is amazing. Seriously amazing.
I want to set these between something like 2 pieces of leather cord or even the silk, and actually sew backwards and forwards to create a wrap-style bracelet.
Ooh.
Because they're the right sort of shape for setting, so they'll actually be sat narrow side on.
Okay.
So they look beautiful. So I might do 2 in between each piece of material.
Yeah.
So they would look lovely.
Oh, I like that. I do like that. Hold those lines on that one, my lovely. Now, I've got some fascinators for you. Fascinating. Fascinators are ideal. Of course, weddings are kind of the first thing that springs to mind. Also, if you like the 1940s style, fascinators are massive for that one. I love this sort of pear shape that you've got.
Yes.
Very cute.
Yeah, because they sit beautifully against your hair and your hair, you know. So it's really nice to be able to design onto and have that base.
Yes.
So you can easily attach these to your hairband.
Yep.
So if you've got the pink hairbands that we did earlier, you know, you can easily attach those with just a little bit of wire and then create all of your beautiful design. You can use 2 of these back to back as well to sort of create some height and depth as well. And if you've got the cinema, I've remembered the name of it, you could actually then build your designs on top of that as well. Use our feathers.
Feathers would be very good on this.
Use your shibori silks on top of this as well, so you've got a base to be able to put the shibori onto. You can use ribbon and create beautiful floral decorations on top of them. I mean, once you've got this base, you can create anything you like on top of it.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to create a uniform base that has an open weave like this to be able to then design upon.
Yes, yeah, that's a very good point. You're actually getting 3 of them in the pack for £3.86. So it's just over £1 each, wow, which is incredible if you think about it. They can be quite costly when you're buying them separately. It's nice to have if you've got any of the little combs that you can attach at the base. That makes it really easy to fit on. And like you've mentioned about the headband as well, that's another nice way of doing it. Or even a clip at the back. But these are ideal.
And I love the fact that if you've, spent all day getting ready for a beautiful occasion, the last thing sometimes you want to do is wear a hat, because then you know you've got to wear the hat all day, because you can't take it off because your hair will be a mess if you take the hat off later in the day. So if you've wear one of these, you've got less sort of rearrangement of hair to do if you want to take it off at the end of the day.
That's true. Now, there's 27 of those in total, so if you do want them, grab them while you can, because they're going quickly. Now, next up, I've got the ivory colour in the rounds. Quite snugly in there. So if you want the round instead. Now, my mum actually, when she got married, had one of these and the veil was attached to it.
Okay.
So that went at the back of her head and clipped into place.
That's probably a little bit more comfortable than just having it attached to a hair comb. Yeah. Because otherwise you've got to have the hair comb sort of really well pinned into your hair. So it's probably a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more secure as well.
Yeah, she also had very short hair at the time, so I think it was giving more of an area to grip to.
Yes.
Which is lovely. But also, again, same as you did with the pear shape, but this is more of a traditional style shape, isn't it? You can do so much. I'm kind of thinking Easter bonnets now.
Yeah, definitely.
I know it would technically be for next year, but...
Because they're always really sort of, you can buy pre-made hats, but they're always really difficult to attach things onto because they don't have like an open weave to them. So these have got that open weave that you'll be able to then decorate as much or as little as you want to, because you've still got the beautiful design underneath. Yeah. So you don't have to cover all of it if you didn't want to.
My husband's birthday a few years ago was a very well-known franchise theme based in the stars. Then there are lots of battles going on. No, you got the completely wrong one. Yes, that's the one. But a friend of mine had one of these and she attached ribbon with the name of the branding.
Oh, yeah.
And then the very famous ship was also attached to it, and it was brilliant. Oh, and I can't call it anything other than a lightsaber. It was a lightsaber that was also attached to a laser sword. That's what I should have said. A laser sword was also attached to the base, and it looks amazing. It seriously did. So you don't just have to do your traditional, you can do quirky as well.
Yeah.
There you go. Now I'm going to bring you... Oh. Where am I looking for? Oh, hello. There it is. Hiding. Ooh. I need my glasses on. Could I not put them on for one item and take them back off? I should do it, shouldn't I? Just... Thank you. I do have some contacts, but I did get a poorly iron. You're not allowed to put them in when you've got a poorly iron. I just haven't used them since.
Oh, okay.
There we are. Turquoise wire mesh. That is an intense, beautiful colour, isn't it?
It is. It's peacock.
It is peacock.
Yeah, very much so.
Very much a peacock colour.
Yes.
And it's only ever been seen in kits before. 10 yards of turquoise mesh wire. 1 mil in size. I'm so tempted to just...
You just can take it off.
Yeah, there you go. Oh! That is brilliant. I don't think I've ever seen it that small before.
Yeah, this is great if you want to macrame with it.
Yes.
And not with it. Or you can make the smaller version of the mesh flowers. I've shown recently on, we have a wire mesh flower jig that you can make flowers with. So you can get a wire through this, so you can make the smaller versions of the flowers we made for the bouquet. I think it's about 4 weeks ago now. So I made a whole bouquet of flowers from wire mesh. So really easy to do. They build up really quite quickly, but you do need the mesh to be able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. £2 in total, as well as what we're looking at. I can see these flying out, so grab them while you can. It's a lovely colour. You can actually just sew straight with it if you wanted to embellish on things, especially if you're using shibori.
Yes.
Probably wouldn't want to attempt to try and sew through the shibori with it, because that's quite thick.
Yeah, but you could sew sort of through your backing fabric, through the mesh, and then back down.
Yes.
Very easily.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
That would work. That's really lovely. I like that.
Or even just use this on your backing foundation and actually sort of loop stitch over it to hold it into position. So even sewing through it, so you can actually create flowers with this mesh.
That'd be brilliant.
And just attaching it at the top of the petal.
Yeah.
To keep them in place.
That would be brilliant. Lots of you loving it. It's one of those items though that you just fall in love with the colour. For me, I absolutely adore it. Absolutely adore it. Now I've got another one here which is gold coloured. From the look of it, it's slightly thicker. It is 3mm gauge on this one. So I love the two together. Turquoise and gold were meant to be together. So this is the thickness of the gold one. See how pretty is that? I love the fact you can open it up as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And you could, if you wanted to, insert gemstones in the middle or seed beads. £2 again for this one. So if you wanted both together, that's £4 in total. It is a bargain.
You know, I want to make napkin placeholders out of this.
How would you do that?
I would just use a little bit of wire through, and then I would make a little floral design on the top, just with the wire running through it, and just have that to go with my napkins. My napkins are silver.
That's really lovely.
So I think the gold on top would look lovely.
So what, you would just insert the wire through the centre?
Yep, definitely. So just,
and use that to manipulate it into the shape you wanted? Yeah.
So I'd use a higher gauge wire just for the base, where the napkin would go through, and make a little section just for the napkin ring holder, and then I'd make a little flower to go on the top and then attach that to it. With a finer gauge wire running through, just so it would have the so you can manipulate the wire.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm going to leave that there with you. Now there is an antique bronze colour that I've got here. Here we are. Antique bronze. And this time they're not allowing me to get into it because they've basically popped it into a container, into a sealed container again.
It's locked away.
It is locked away. So that is them saying, no, Lara, you cannot unravel this particular strand. But you are getting 10mm in width and you're getting 1 metre of it in length. And it is that fantastic antique bronze colour that you're getting. And it's £1!
I just say the little tub it comes in is reusable.
Oh yeah.
And would probably cost more than £1 if you were trying to buy that anywhere in a craft establishment.
Oh yes. Oh yes, yes, yes.
These tubs are perfect for keeping your head pins in.
They are the perfect size for that, aren't they?
Yes.
Next up I have got a brown colour for you. This one is 10mm in width, and again it's 1 metre in length, so it's the same size as the previous one, just this time the colour is brown. I like that because it's more of a golden, not golden, like a reddy brown, a mahogany almost.
Almost a russet, isn't it?
Yes. And guess what? £1. £1. That is brilliant. We are going to be bringing bargain after bargain after bargain after bargain after bargain after bargain after bargain for the next 3 days. after today. I had to count that. I'm losing track of time and not knowing what's going on because it feels like it's the weekend today because everybody seems to be off today.
So I got caught out because I thought I quickly turned the TV on before I came out.
Yeah.
And I was confused because none of the weekend programmes were on.
Nope.
And of course it's Friday.
Nope, it's Friday. My husband was home today and it was like, yay, it's the weekend. Oh, hold on. It's not the weekend at all, is it? There we are. Right, next up I have got graphite. Graphite coloured wire mesh. Same width and sizes, so 10mm on the width and 1 metre in the length. And again, tub. And again, it's £1. I did tell you we're going to have a series of things for £1. Well, this is one of them. So we've had our little quartz showcase. We've had the item under 50p already, and we've now got lots of £1 bits, which is brilliant. What could we possibly bring you next? No, they're going very quickly. But again, you were saying about the tubs. These tubs are reusable. Get them just for the tub.
That's it. They're reusable. They're really strong as well. They're really durable. So yeah, you can use them. I've got these all sat on the edge of my desk with all my different findings in. So, and they're great because if you knock them over, they've got a lid that won't fall off because it's a screw-on lid.
Yeah.
So it won't fall off if you knock them over. One of my children managed to knock 3 or 4 of these off my desk the other day, and it was absolutely fine. I didn't have to pick all the findings up off the floor.
Another idea as well, if you like board games and you get the little pieces that come in board games, and I'm not talking about the bog standard ones that we all know. I'm talking about, well, you've got lots and lots and lots of little bits that get everywhere and you find them for weeks and weeks afterwards. These are ideal for that as well.
Yeah.
Just pop them in, screw the lid on, forget about it.
What you can also do is if you've got smaller children, is you can put a smaller dice inside. You can let them shake it up and then just put it on the table, and whatever it lands on is what the number is.
Brilliant. I like that.
So you don't have to lose the dice, because my children were always losing the dice up somewhere in the room.
I've got that to look forward to. I can see it ending up being swallowed as well. I introduced my daughter to labradorite. I've already said this one before, but I introduced her. It was a big chunk of labradorite. She looked at it and went, "Ooh!"
Oh.
Straight into the mouth. No second thought about it. Oh, it's pretty. I want to eat that. No! No! Oh, dear. 75 carats of tiger's eye. This is one of the most universal gemstones I think you can possibly get. It's great for males. It's great for females. It's great for any season. The one thing it's not great for at this moment in time is quantity, because I only have 25 and that's it. That is all I have, unfortunately. 25 chances. It's a 30cm strand. It's £2.40. It's going to sell out, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's my son's favourite.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gemstone.
It is. And he absolutely loves it. Out of all the gemstones I've ever brought home, that's the one he loves.
Yep.
Yeah. One loves labradorite and the other one loves tiger's eye.
Ah.
Yeah. So there you go.
There you go, indeed. Next up, I've got a bit of adventuring for you. But we've been adventurous with this adventuring, and we've taken it to a really small size for you. So if you want to use it for seed beading, this is perfect. It's 2mm. 2mm. It's 10 carats, and it's a 38cm strand. I really like the colour of this one as well. It's almost a mint green. Ooh, maybe more sage.
Yeah. Sort of halfway between the two, isn't it?
Yeah. I'd actually quite like to pop this with some of the sage coloured jadeite.
Yeah, that would look lovely.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's difficult to know what to put with jadeite because it's a very specific tone.
Yes.
But I think this would complement beautifully.
Yeah, no, it really would. Really would. £1.70. That is a brilliant price point.
Just the amount of work that is in one of these strands, it amazes me.
Well, you've got to get every single one as round as you possibly can. Can you imagine sitting?
Just stranding them onto the temporary
Stranding
strand.
them, yeah.
That's just a, you know, a time-consuming job in itself.
That's the thing, isn't it? And for £1.70, we're bringing you that incredible strand with all that time and effort gone into it. And it's something we actually take for granted quite a lot, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think, you know, you kind of forget that someone's got to find the gemstone. It's got to be mined.
Yeah.
It then has to be faceted or cut to the right shape. Then it has a drill hole put through it.
Yeah.
And when it's a 2mm gemstone, to try and put a drill hole through it and find the centre of that gemstone without cracking it must be absolutely a real skill. And then to restrand it all onto the temporary strand before you even get it here.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And we just forget it. We don't really think about it at all. Next up, bear with me. It's out of reach. It's really hard when you think about quantities of things and how many facets are on things and how many processes it goes through before it gets to us. And then you kind of... I know we all want something really affordable, but we forget just how amazing the prices actually are, even when they're outside of a clearance.
Yeah, definitely. I always try and remember, you know, when I'm using gemstones, that I'm using something that someone has spent an awful long time sourcing before it even gets to the point where it's actually going to be faceted or cut.
Yeah.
So, you know, and, you know, those gemstones can take years to even find a tiny little source of them.
So the thing about these is what we're looking at now, which are, of course, Swarovski, so they're not genuine gemstones, that somebody has had to think about a genuine gemstone and how light works with it to then recreate that look and maximise it to its highest possible degree to give the beauty and the sparkle of one of the finest diamonds you could imagine. Because, I mean, look, every single one of these, it has fire, it has scintillation, it has brilliance, it looks flawless. Absolutely flawless. But how can someone just sit down and go, oh, this is how we do it?
That's it. There's years of design and technology and, you know, prototypes and things like that gone into doing this. You know, they didn't get this right the first time.
No.
You know, I can guarantee. Just to find the right makeup of the crystal to give you the right amount of light playback, to find the right coating to put on the back of these, to find the right way to facet them.
Well, thank goodness somebody actually has, or probably multiples of people, in fact. Yeah. I can't imagine it being one person. It probably is a multiple amount of people who've helped to inspire this and to bring it to the level that it's at now. But hats off to you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's an awful lot of time and skill.
Yes, yeah. And genius. Genius, in fairness. And £2, you can have this whole pack of 24.
And these are absolutely perfect if you've got the cerulean.
Yes.
But it doesn't have to be the cerulean. You could use the resin that we had on the other day, that Fleur was using, and actually create a base level and let it set for an hour before you put these in. So they'll actually have some...
so it'll be a bit of...
viscosity, so that they don't just sink, that you actually have something to sit them on. So you can actually do that with the resin as well. You can use these with our precious metal clays as well if you want to. There's no reason not to at all if you're looking for creating something that's got an awful lot of sparkle to it.
They are fantastic. I absolutely adore the way the light interacts with them. I think it's just, again, we don't think about these things, and it's something that we do take for granted quite often. Which is a shame, really, because a lot goes into them.
It does.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And that, in turn, helps to inspire you and to help create your jewellery. It's like a little bit of love passed on.
Yeah, definitely.
So next up, we're going for the pink. These are fab! These are fab! Oh, I love these. They are... Oh. Hello. I've got to stop trying to throw things about and drop things and get excited, that's the problem. Hot pink shell flat coins. They look great as earrings. Literally, head pin, shepherd hook, done. Simple as that.
Yeah, really simple. And so quick and easy and so nice to wear as well because of the weight of them. They're very lightweight. So you know, you can, if you want to go for a larger style earring, feel free to do that with these because you don't have to worry about the weight of them in your ears.
Absolutely. They've not been seen before outside of a kit, so you are going to get a really special treat on these ones. You're looking at £1.70 for the entire strand. It is a really good size strand as well. And it's really pretty. Look at the pink, look at the way it bounces with the light. The beauty of having it as a shell pearl is, again, it interacts with the light really nicely. Even when it's taken a dye like this one has, it still has the ability for the light to bounce and ripple across the surface in the most amazing and alluring way.
I love the fact that you still see areas where, you know, you can see the natural shell as well, where the dye hasn't taken completely and taken away. So you've got a bit of a darker tone in there. I love that because it proves that it's a natural shell. It
adds personality and character to the actual piece as well, which is lovely. Ooh, that's like a little flame. Ooh. Now next, if you're liking orange, this one's going to be your cup of tea. There we go. It's feisty, it doesn't want to stay in its place. Go on, stay still, stay still, still. You are looking at a strand. Oh, look at this. It's almost like it's got chatoyancy, isn't it? In fact, look. Because of the way the light is catching. Oh, it does, technically, it does. How amazing is that? It's really vivid, isn't it?
Yeah, this would work beautifully with that strand of tiger's eye we've just done.
Let's do it, let's try it. Let us try it. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I do like that. Do like that. I'm actually thinking, how would it look with the Amazonite?
That's beautiful.
Sorry, Adventurine. Oh, they're really nice together. So you're looking at £2. I really like that strand.
I'm just looking at the little flowers on the desk and how they've got the orange in the centre there. So if you put any of your beautiful yellow tones with that as well, or your greens, you've just got a little palette there.
That is beautiful. No, I like that. I actually kind of want to add a flower to it.
No.
That is very much a festival.
It is. I can see, you know, festival headdress style or hand to ring adornment.
Yes.
Something like that.
Size-wise, it's 6mm, so it's very versatile size to use. Love it. What's the next one, sorry? Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I love that colour.
It's fab. Yeah. I do like that colour. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Where are the end? Where are you? Where are you? They've made it so I can't find the end. Okay, I can't unravel this one. But look at the colour. Look at the colour. Baby blue. That's not a baby blue, that's a sky blue. Ooh, that's a tropical sea blue.
It is.
I'm just taking a moment on the beach right now. Just give me a moment. That is a brilliant, gorgeous colour. I can see why they're saying baby blue, but I would put that down as a tropical blue. Very much a tropical blue. You're getting 5 entire metres of this particular item. 1.8mm is the size that you're getting of the depth of the actual material. And it is, of course, suede cord. And it's £1.15. definitely get a couple of these. We don't bring you the suede cord very often at all. In fact, it's the first time in a very long time I've seen the suede cord, and I have been looking for it. Love, love, love the colour.
These are great for making your neckline pieces if you know somebody's maybe allergic to some of the metal chains,
yes,
for instance, or prefers to have a softer neckline finish.
I know a lot of gentlemen who prefer not to wear metal. So they want to have almost like the surfer style. I've got a friend who's got a jade ring, and he's used it on cord. He doesn't want it on metal at all. He just wants to use it on a cord.
I think that's because a lot of gents don't want to take their jewellery off to go in the shower
That's exactly
or anything like that. So if you've got no metal on there, you don't have to worry about it.
The thing is with a cord though, it tends to wear through quite easily. So when you've got a suede cord, it's a lot more sturdy, isn't it?
That's it. So it's got a thicker diameter to it as well. So it's going to take a little bit longer to anything to wear through it. So it gives you that longevity.
There you go. He did say at one point he only used shoelaces. It didn't last very long.
No. That's quite common though, isn't it, to use something, you know,
like
that. But you know, if you've got a suedette or a leatherette cord type sort of, it's a lot better. It's going to last longer for you.
That's very true. Now I've actually got, ooh, that's a really lovely colour. It's not quite white. It's almost a pearly white. Or a creamy kind of colour. And when I say off-white, but it always makes you think of off-milk.
A little bit snow white?
Snow white, yes.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, it's not quite an ivory, is it?
No, it's not quite an ivory. I like that. I like it's ice cream white.
Oh, yeah.
It's an ice cream white. £1. It's £1.
I so want ice cream now.
I'm sorry, I do this to people. Mention food and that's it. Make them want ice cream. We're looking at 5 metres for £1. Sorry if I've made you want ice cream at home. Make sure you're getting this in your basket and checking it out before you head to the freezer though. Before you head to that freezer. Oh, I really want ice cream now as well. Oh dear. Paul's wanting a vanilla milkshake. I'm sorry you didn't get a vanilla milkshake. He seems very sad. Get one of these instead, don't try and drink it, but for £1, that is a fantastic price point. Loads of things you can do with it. I like the feel of it as well, it's a really lovely feel.
Yeah, it's got almost a slight elasticity to it, so you know when you're knotting it and things like that, it's got a little bit of give to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Loads of you taking more than one. I've got Madeline. Hello, my darling. How are you? You've got 3. Congratulations. You're gonna use it so often. It's great that you've got 3 of them. Martina's there with 2 as well. Well done, my lovely. Also got Violet with 2. Congratulations. Lots of you grabbing a hold of these. I'm loving the clearance. Loving it. Now, next up, what was the... Ooh. I'm going to... I don't actually have it. I love you.
I know
You are
white,
amazing. But... It's kind of an ice cream. Not quite white, but it's more of a cream. Yeah. In fact, that's kind of a clotted cream colour. Oh, now I want a cream tea. What are you doing to me? This time, I'm just looking. Yep, there it is. I thought they were half drilled and then I couldn't find the hole. Okay, so these are half drilled. 15 carats of black agate. Again, they're the half drilled plain rounds, 8mm. You're getting 5 in the pack again. And I'm so pleased that I'm able to bring so many different varieties of these half drilled gemstones because we just don't get them.
No.
Very often at all.
It's very rare to see anything other than a pearl half drill.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, pearls, we have seen the half drills, normally with the butterfly backs and the posts, so you can turn them into earrings. But not separate like this. £1.80 is the price we're looking at. It is your black agate. So again, it's that kind of colour that will go with anything and everything. What's my pasta? Who's asking about the pasta? Angela! Say that again. Oh dear, yeah, no, don't ever recreate that. Don't ever recreate that. So Angela says, speaking of food, I still think of your pasta story. It's hilarious, Lara. I used a slow cooker recently as well. I perfected not cooking pasta in the slow cooker. Okay, so the pasta story is, I decided to make some food. Both my husband and myself were working long day, finishing late. There wasn't going to be much time for food, and I didn't want to go in for a takeaway. So I thought, I know, I'll use a slow cooker. And I made basically like a sausage casserole. And I thought, well, we need to put it with something, so I'll make pasta to go with it. So I put it in the slow cooker for 9 hours, disintegrated, and didn't, yeah.
I made the mistake of putting rice in the slow cooker with my chili con carne once. Sort of cooked it, the chili con carne, so I thought, well, it's liquidy and the rice will cook in there. It kind of turned into rice pudding though with the chili con carne, so it was like it was in there too long.
Is that the time already? I'm sorry, I've just been told there is only 1 hour to go. That would have tasted quite nice though. Did it?
It could have been nicer.
Oh dear. Anyway, coming up after the break, we have got the final kit of the day, which will not end up like the chili con carne or the sausage casserole. It will be incredible, and it is going to go to an amazing price because, of course, it's clearance. So do not go anywhere. Sit back, relax, and we will see you in a few.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Are you interested in learning a brand new medium or brushing up on your skills? Then why not join Jo Barclay-Logie for her seed bead leather wrap bracelet workshop? You will learn an array of different style bracelets, including the Chan-Lu bracelet, and get to grips with various seed bead techniques, including the ladder stitch. Included as part of the course is a buffet-style lunch, tour of the studio, and the chance to shop in our exclusive on-site store. All of this for just $79.99. For more information, head over to our website or contact our workshop coordinator at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend $4.95 with us, you'll get a free welcome pack which contains everything you need to get started, including step-by-step project cards and a DVD which will give you the chance to be able to create an arrangement of different items of jewellery. You'll also get a manual which will help to familiarise you with all the items you're going to be creating and all the tools you're going to need to do so. Plus you'll also get a free pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier, so why not give it a go today?
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend with us £4.95, you will get a free welcome pack. That welcome pack will give you pretty much everything you need to get started. From a manual, which will help you to familiarise yourself with all of the items that you're going to be creating and all of the products that you need, including tools and findings and threads. You'll also get a DVD and step-by-step project cards. These cards and the DVD will give you the chance to be able to create a wonderful arrangement of different items of jewellery. Plus, you'll also get a free 3-pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. So, getting started with the Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. So why not give it a go today? Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Buying with Jewellery Maker online couldn't be easier. Just head over to our website, JewelleryMaker.com, and click on the register link. Simply fill in the required fields and you can shop 24/7. You'll also be privy to a faster checkout and personalised offers. Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
Hello and welcome back. It is clearance. Clearance. It's the last 55 minutes of today's clearance. We start all over again tomorrow and the day after and also the day after that. We're literally clearing as much stock as we possibly can over these next few days. Not only to get a room available for all of the new stock that's coming in, but also to give you a chance to get amazing deals at ridiculously low prices. So we're going to start off with our kit, and I'm going to show you a tube, and a tube, and a tube, and a tube, and a tube. This is the Miyuki Bank Holiday collection. Did you say there's only 52 of the kit? Really? Okay, so yesterday I had what I thought was the lowest quantity kit that I've ever had, which was 61, and you're telling me today I've got 52 in this. Right, so this is the smallest quantity kit that I've ever bought to you since yesterday. Because yesterday was the smallest as far as I was concerned. Not anymore. 52 chances is all I have of this. If you love your seed beads, it's perfect. You're getting 5 tubes, 5 fantastic colours. What are you actually getting? So you're getting your Miyuki dyed SF transparent olive seed beads in 15-0. You're then getting the matte metallic khaki iris Miyuki drop beads, which are 3.4mm, and that's a 24-gram tube. You will then get your Miyuki bright copper plated seed beads in 8-0, your Miyuki Duracoat galvanised pewter seed beads in 8-0, your Miyuki matte orange AB seed beads in 6-0, and your Miyuki metallic dark blue iris seed beads in 15-0. They are amazing. I love this particular one. So this is the blue iris. It's a really deep, rich blue, but because you've got that wonderful effect, you've got these beautiful sort of almost purples coming through, greens coming through. It's really vivid and such a lovely effect all the way through. With this particular one, you've got that wonderful coppery effect. If you got the kit earlier on, this would be a really nice complementary colour to the colours that we had there. Your pewter. Oh, that's just perfect, isn't it? That's the kind of bead that will go with anything.
It will, yeah, definitely. It's almost got a slight antique gold about it.
Oh, it does, it does, it does.
It's lovely, it really is a lovely tone.
It is, considering normally pewter you'd expect grey, wouldn't you?
Yes, yeah, so it's got more of a golden tone to it than a silver tone.
Yeah, it's nice, really lovely.
It's beautiful.
And then the orange, the matte orange. Aren't they fabulous? It's almost neon. It's so bright, it's almost neon. And then I love these. I absolutely adore these. So these are the Miyuki drops. They're 3.4 millimeters, and they're in khaki iris. They are so lovely.
I know that when you say khaki iris, you think actually it's going to be more of a plain colour, but you actually get lots of sort of the rose gold tones coming through. You get some rosy red tones. You've got some beautiful greens in there, and you just get so many different tones. And actually, it's not just like almost one solid tone all over the bead. You actually get different tones in different areas in the bead as well.
The thing that I think of when I look at these is I'm thinking of I want to say bygone days, but I'm not thinking of Victorian era. I'm thinking of like the Roman time period or Aztecs and Incas. It's got that kind of real...
It's almost got a sort of verdigris that you get on copper.
Yes.
It's got all of those sorts of tones running through.
Yeah, so if the copper's oxidised over a long, long time, yeah, that is the exact effect that you get. I really like that.
They are lovely, and they remind me of little leaves. So if you wanted to make a wirework tree and use these as little leaves,
that's really sweet.
Perfect shape.
That would be really sweet. £24.95. No! 42 chances remain on this one. There were only 52 chances to start off with. I think this is going to end up being a sellout kit, isn't it? We're not stopping at £24.95. Why would we want to do that? It's clearance. So we're going to do amazing deals, even on gorgeous, brand new items like this. Are you ready? Are you steady? You're going to need to be, because it needs to be fastest fingers first on this one. £19.95, and this is just one of the examples of what you can do with the beads themselves. I love the bracelet. I absolutely adore the bracelet. Now you've also bought some other designs in to show you.
Yeah, so the ones closest to me, the 3 items, are the ones made from the kit. And the 3 furthest away from me are showing how to incorporate the drop beads.
Yes.
Just because they're a little bit different and you may not have seen them before. So in there we've got some super duos, but you can see the drop beads at the bottom of the neckline piece. And then we've got them in the bracelet and the bottom of those earrings as well.
Brilliant.
So you can just see that they work in a slightly different way. But the drop beads they've only been in a couple of kits.
Yes, there's not been in many.
So I don't think they've ever been outside of a kit. So, you know, if you've not had a chance to get hold of them, they do work beautifully. And you don't have to worry about them being an unusual shape if you haven't used them in your seed beading before, because they are very, very easy to use.
What are you actually going to demo for us today?
I'm going to demo the bracelet for you, which is a really nice design. Again, a great one if you're new to seed beading, because you can build on it, you can elaborate on the design, but you can keep it really simple as well.
Brilliant.
But I'm going to borrow your beads now.
You are going to borrow my beads? I do remember you saying.
Yes. So I'm going to borrow some of these, because this is what we use a lot of in this design, so I'm just going to borrow those. There we go. And I'm going to be using the 6/0s.
Yeah.
Let me move this across. There we go. There we are. So I'm going to be using the 6/0s. I'm going to be using the pewter. I'm going to be using drop beads. I'm going to be using the copper as well.
Brilliant.
And this is how I always lay my bead mat out. I always have little sections, and I keep them fairly close to each other because you don't want to be reaching too far to pick up beads in between sewing. Because the further you've got to reach, the more work you've got to do. So you want to keep everything nice and compact and really close to you.
The more likely you are to ping it across the room as well.
Yes. I normally find that I've dropped a bead on my lap, and when you stand up, you hear it ping across the hardwood floor.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. We catch them all at the end of the day. So I'm using my wildfire again, or fireline again, because most of the beads we're using have got fairly big drill holes through. It doesn't matter if it's a higher weighted poundage of line. Yep. So you can go. I think I'm using the £10 here. That's absolutely fine. It would be no problem at all through any of the beads. If you've got £12, that's absolutely fine as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my foundation row of beads. And to do that, I've picked up 2 beads. In fact, I'm going to pick up 4 beads, because each 2 are going to be the bottom part of my bracelet. And I'm going to go through in the opposite direction 2 of the beads, like we were creating the circle on the first design. And they will sit next to each other and almost form a little ladder. You see I've got a little square there. So then I'm going to go back through the 2 beads we've just added in a direction to create almost like a circle round. And I can pick up 2 more beads. The thread is exiting towards me, so I'm going to take the thread through and back towards me again. Pull those tight. You'll see now I've got 3 little rows of those beads, and again I need to go through the beads we've just added and pull that tight. So now I've got my 3 little rows of my ladder. 1, 2, 3. So this is a ladder stitch. You've never seen ladder stitch done before. This is how we do ladder stitch. And you just need to make sure you pick up 2 beads and not 3. And again we're going to add the 4th row. So I've got 4 rows of beads in my bracelet. If you wanted to make it wider, you'd need to make it an even number.
Okay.
So because it's a herringbone stitch we're doing, and we work in 2s in herringbone. So this is a foundation of ladder stitch, which we always start off with for herringbone. So you're going to actually do 2 stitches to get started.
Okay.
So that's my foundation done. All I'm going to do with the thread tail is pass it back through the beads to get it out of the way, because I want it to face in the opposite direction. So now I've got my foundation row. I'm ready to start adding my herringbone now. So herringbone is a process where we're going to work the beads in pairs. So I'm working 2 beads here. My thread's coming out of the one on the right hand side. I've picked up 2 more of my beads. I'm going to go through the second bead.
Can I just point out a moment that there are 12 chances remaining on this one. There is actually 21 of them that have been popped in baskets. So it's going to be a case of fastest fingers first. Like I said before, whoever has it in the basket right now, I cannot guarantee that you will get it if you come to check out later. So if you want this, you need to do it now. 12 chances remain, and that is it.
Right, so we've exited the first bead on the right hand side. I've added my 2 beads and I've come through the second bead. I'm going to now step across to the 3rd bead in this row, and I'm only working through the top bead of the ladder stitch. So I'm only going 1 bead down. So I can pull that row tight now. What I want is those beads to sit flat. Can you see, like I've just pushed them out so they're sitting like the beads below?
Yeah.
And then we're going to add the next row of herringbone. And the reason it's called herringbone is the beads won't sit perfectly flat. They'll sit at a slight angle. And it's almost like, well, for the want of a better word, fish bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like herringbones.
Yes. So again, we're going to work the same. I always think of these as like 2 turrets or 2 chimneys, however you want to work it. So I've come through one. I need to go through the next one in the row.
I was expecting that to go through your finger then.
No.
All good.
All good.
All good.
So I've just turned my work over. So
Yep.
I've literally just flipped it 180 degrees. And I always do that at the end of each row. So I'm always working that way. I'm always working right to left. And it just makes my life easier. Some people will like to just keep the work stationary and not turn it over. That's absolutely fine if you're happy doing that. So my thread is now coming through row 2. I need to get back to row 3. Now some people with herringbone will just take the thread on the outside of the bead and not cover it, and that's absolutely fine because we're going to go through this top bead here. But I always cover the edges of my work. So this is where my pewter and my drop bead and a pewter size 8 are going to come into play. So I've got my little stack of beads there.
Yep.
And then going to go from the second bead to the 3rd bead on the outside. That's hidden, that thread that would have gone round the outside of that bead.
Yeah.
And now I'm in the top section ready to add my next row of herringbone. So again, 2 beads, drop down.
To bead or not to bead?
I know, it is the question.
That is the question.
And again, this is where we're going to join these 2 rows together, because at the moment there's 2 sort of stacks of chimneys are separate. So when we actually come back up through the middle of those 2 sets, we're now attaching those together. And it's a funny stitch because most stitches you cement the work on the row that you're working.
Sounds like you're building a house.
I know, it is a bit like that. I've got chimneys and cement and bricks. You can tell I'm a builder's daughter, can't you? So can you see at the moment I haven't cemented this 2 sets together. They're not got a lock there, and that's very typical of herringbone.
Okay.
And that is not, you're not doing anything wrong. Those 2 will get that joining stitch on the next row.
Okay.
That's absolutely fine. If you ever work this in a circular format and make a tube, you'll know that you'll end up with these sort of stacks like this, and they will form into the tube on the next row round.
Okay.
It almost ends up looking like a tulip with petals.
Oh.
So I've now got to the next side. I've turned my work, and I'm now going to pick up my other colour combination, which is my copper, my drop bead and copper. And I just kept it the same colour on each side. So this side will be pewter and this side will be copper. And again, I'm just going to go through that bead on the outside to work up to the top of that chimney stack. And that's it. You're going to work the whole way up your bracelet like that. If I just bring that bracelet over just to show you how to finish off the last little bit, which is, we're going to do this little bit on the outside. So when you get to the top and you've finished your design, you're going to just add a little loop of beads through the top set of chimneys. There's the middle set of chimneys, if you like, or the middle 2 beads. And that's just a loop of 8 beads. And then I worked all the way down one side, so it was the pewter side, went through the 3 beads we added on the outside and added a copper bead to bring them together.
Okay.
And I did that all the way down to this end, then created the loop here, and then started to work this way around. And these are the copper beads on this side, so I added a pewter bead in the middle.
Nice.
And worked that all the way to the other side. And that gives you the sturdiness of the bracelet. And all these beads move beautifully.
I do like that. Yeah, I do like that.
And you can change the colour of your thread, but I actually like being able to see the thread because it really does show that they're sewn together. And sometimes with seed bead work, you look at it and you can't work out that someone's actually sat there and sewn all the beads together. But actually in this one, because the beads are a little bit bigger and the gaps between them are a little bit bigger, you actually see the thread. And I quite like the fact that you can actually see the work that's gone into it.
Yeah. It goes right back to the what we're talking about. Sometimes the work and the effort that goes into it can be overlooked, and it's nice to remind people that effort has. Because with seed beads, there's so much time goes into it.
And it's quite a quick one. This quite a quick design because you're using the 6/0 beads. Each row builds a little bit quicker than if you were using something like an 8.
Yes.
So again, another good one for a beginner because you can see the beads a lot easier. They're a lot easier and a lot more sort of easy to pick up on your needle. The holes are easier to see.
Yep.
And actually, because you're using something a little bit larger as well, you've got a foundation that you can hold on to as well. And that's really how easy that can be to build up. Herringbone is one of my favourite stitches because I love the fact that it builds quite quickly and there's a definite thread path. Once you've started it, the thread always has to go in a particular way, and you can see that very easily whether you're working on a flat version like this or whether you're working in a circular version.
I also like the fact that it's almost a khaki colour when you see it against the orange, and it really works. There are 3 chances remaining. There are 27 in baskets.
Wow.
I'm not very good at math, as you probably already know, but
that's many.
It doesn't work, does it? No. 27, 3. 27, 3. There we are. All I can say is good luck. If you haven't already done so, I can no longer guarantee that you're going to get it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm having a beration at the moment in my ear about if it's math or maths. I think it's math because it's mathematics.
But I always think it's maths because you're always doing plurals of things. You're always adding things and taking things from other things.
There we are, messaging. Is it math or maths? Do I infuriate you like I've just infuriated Paul by saying the word math?
Doesn't bother me either way.
There we are. You do the maths. Maths. He's happy now. He's happy. That's all that matters. Right, I have got pink Nymo nylon thread. This is pretty in a bobbin. In a bobbin. Little cute bobbin. I love, love, love this because if you've got a sewing machine, you don't have to do anything, do you really? No, it's a brilliant Brilliant size. Nymo thread, it's 64 yards and it's a size D, which is 0.3 millimetres. You've got this gorgeous baby pink. That is fantastic, isn't it?
It is, it's lovely. So you can use this for your shibori, you can use it for your sea bead work, you can use it on your bead loom.
I was just thinking, you had the thread showing on the pattern that you had. If you chose complementary or even contrasting colours when you're working, this would look really nice as well.
And that's another good design to use that type of thread on, because the reason a lot of people like Wildfire and Fireline is it's bonded, so there's no way we can pierce the thread with our needle. When you're using a Nymo, it's a woven thread, so it's a twisted thread. So you can take your needle through the fibres of the thread.
Okay.
But because we're doing a herringbone, there's very few threads going through each bead. So there's less chance of that happening. But also because we're using the size 6 beads for most of the design, there's lots of space in there for your needle to pass through. So again, there's less chance of you catching that thread with your needle.
£1.50. See, I was thinking when you were saying about sending your needle through the thread, I'm thinking, where was that? Where would you do that? But no, you're right, because if you're going through the same bit over and over again, you will potentially pierce it.
When you're using a lot smaller beads, so if you're using size 15s and 11s, that if it's a really in-depth design and you've got lots of thread passes through, your needle may not have much room left in those beads. So that's when your bonded threads come into play. But when you're using quite a simple beading technique, like a herringbone, where there's very few thread passes through each bead, you can use this. So same with the bead loom. You can use this for your warp threads and your weft threads for your bead loom.
There you go. Warp and weft. I never remember those names. Warp, I remember.
Yes.
It's the
weft.
Weft that I never remember. There we are. Next up, I'm going to bring to you some more, but this time red. Again, it's size D. It's 64 yards. This time it's 58, which is 58.5 metres. This time it is a gorgeous, gorgeous red. Shoe red, it's called. Or rouge or rojo.
Did you have school shoes that colour?
I never had school shoes that colour. My school shoes were black.
Yes, I remember having a pair of sort of bro type sandal school shoes. Yeah. From the shop that everyone got taken to for their school shoes.
Oh yes, yes, I got taken to that shop too.
Yes, and I didn't like them.
Ooh.
And I was very naughty and scuffed them up against the wall. My mum went mad. I didn't like them.
Oh dear. Oh dear. £1.50 and a little bit of a confession thrown in there.
I was probably about 7.
I always felt disappointed by my school shoes because my mum insisted that we had to have laces and I wanted Velcro. Everybody had shiny patent Velcro shoes and I wanted those and I had to have acky, ugly lace-ups. Yeah. Not bitter about that at all. Next one, I'm going to bring this to you. Ooh. 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 It's still going, by the way. Ooh. It's still going. There we are, there we are. So I'm going to bring you lace. Lots and lots and lots of lace, which are great if you want to make cuffs. Of course, you can embellish clothes and things with it, but they are fabulous if you incorporate gemstones. I mean, something like this. Let me just pop this one on here so you can see it. So this is a butterfly effect. Beautiful little design. But imagine turning that into a necklace. If you have gemstones cascading from it, it'd be really nice, wouldn't it?
It would. And you can treat the lace to create it so it's not so it's got some more stiffness to it just by taking some white glue, diluting it with some water. Literally either you can paint it on or you can submerge the lace into it.
Okay. Because it dries clear anyway, doesn't it?
It dries clear, yep. and then leave it to dry, and then that's it, it's workable and it won't fold and move as much. So if you then want to bring it into your hair pieces, into your millinery work, you can do.
So that's one of the designs. Let me show you another one. So you can imagine this looking really nice on the fascinator basis that we had.
Yes, definitely. So if
Don't
you
it
wanted
look
to,
lovely?
and once you've treated the lace to stiffen it, you can actually then snip sections out. So you don't have to use a whole piece at once.
That's
you can
a good
actually, especially this one here, you can take the little flowers off it on the outside. Yes. So you can use those for earrings. You can use those. You can stack them up and put them onto tiara bases, things like that. Or put a head pin through the centre and put a nice gemstone into the centre of each one of those sort of almost little poppy shapes.
They are gorgeous, aren't they? You're getting 5 pieces in a pack. I'll just show you the final 2. There you go. And then maroon. Should be £13.95. But not today. How about we take £10 off that price point? I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. Wouldn't that be amazing?
It would.
It'd be wonderful, wouldn't it?
It would.
There you go then. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. You're more than welcome. I can't get you a chocolate egg, but I can certainly take £10 off that price point. There you go.
Yeah, I'm just
Paul's now upset. He wants a chocolate egg.
See, I'd look at these and thinking, if you've got a candle that you're not going to light, you could pin these with just dressmaking pins onto the outside. And if it's one, I've got one that sits next to some photos of my children that I never light the candle, but it's just a pillar candle. I think that would be really nice just to decorate the outside of it.
Yeah, that would be lovely. Really lovely. So 5 pieces in a pack for £3. That makes it less than £1 a piece, which is fab.
It is. It's
Really fab. If you bought several of these, you could create all kinds of different designs. I mean, I'm going back to the butterfly, but stiffen that, add chain to it and make it into a necklace, and then you could, if you wanted to, turn it into a cuff.
Yeah.
It's gone. Gone. It's gone. It has gone. Now, ooh! This is crackled quartz. I have not seen crackled quartz in goodness knows how long. There's only 23 chances on this one, I'm afraid. You're looking at 4mm. When was the last time you saw crackled quartz?
I can't even remember the last time I saw it. It's got to be a good long while.
I love crackled quartz.
I love this one as well because it's very, you know, useful for being able to use in masculine designs as well.
Yes.
But very subtly got that sort of neutral effect to it.
They are brilliant. So the beauty of crackled quartz is they heat the gemstone, so it has those fractures, and then they dye the stone, so it is absorbed into those fractures, and you can see this wonderful effect running through the entire stone. And actually, considering the size, 4mm, you wouldn't expect to see quite as much detail as you are seeing here, and they're really lovely. Almost looks like a rutilated quartz, actually.
It does, doesn't it?
Like a black rutile quartz. It looks fantastic. £3. There is a tiny handful of these available, and that is it. They are going to go very, very quickly. 23 in total. That's all. Once they're gone, they're gone. Now, magnesite. Can I just say this is adorable? This is absolutely adorable. Look at this. How adorable are they? So it's magnesite. So you normally see the matrix running through magnesite, don't you? And even in the 2mm round, you can still see the grey sections of that matrix. In some instances, the matrix is so dramatic it takes over the whole of the stone. In other areas, it's just a little smidgen that comes through, and in others, it's completely white. It is a stunning, stunning, stunning stone. And I never expected to see it in a 2mm round like this. That's just perfect. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, well, lovely, aren't they? And I love seeing magnesite when it's not dyed.
Yes.
So I love seeing it in this natural state. So again, another perfect neutral palette to be able to work with all of your gemstones as well.
£2. That is definitely a stash builder. Mary's already straight there, Frida is as well, Jane is as well, Cindy's there. Well done, my lovelies. It's a brilliant price. That is a brilliant price. Love them. Sorry, I just got distracted. I've got some more things being delivered to me which look amazing. Oh, that one.
Oh, that's the one I saw coming in as well.
If somebody brings a strand like this in, you are not going to be able to concentrate on anything other than this strand. I had a phone this colour years ago.
Wow. I love this.
A flip phone it was, and it was this exact colour. I loved it. It was my... Yes, it was. Yes, I adored it. Absolutely adored it. Oh, I want that back. I want it back. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. The colour... Well, I think you already know I love the colour. But if you are not a pink fan... I can't really say anything because that is very pink.
It is very pink, but because it's a metallic.
It's fab!
It's not... I don't know, it's just not pink. It's almost, it's just different, isn't it?
It's very, very, very different. There's only 13 chances. I'm so excited by this, you have no idea, my face hurts. 300 carats of pink colour-coated pyrite graduated plain tubes. It's going to end up selling out. Oh my goodness. What would you do with it? Because I just want to keep it as it is and just go, ooh!
You know, I'd be tempted to put some rondelles in between, just to allow that movement of the angles. Maybe some black agate rondelles or something like that, or even just some round beads in between that would just, you know, if you've got some gold-coloured pyrite or something like that, just in between. Even those blue coated pyrite we had earlier, the metallic blue ones.
Yes.
Those little barrels, I'd put those in between.
Yes.
But I'd be tempted to put these on head pins and have them as drops at the bottom of rose gold chain.
Popcorn bracelet, one in the centre, so you could look at it. Because I'm thinking, I want it as a bracelet. How can you do it as a bracelet? It would work.
Either that or in like a bangle style, but with the barrels going that way, across the bangle. So you'd end up with 3 coming across your bracelet.
I really love this strand. Shall I bring you some wire? Why not? I didn't even warrant one of those, did it? Well, never mind. Silver-plated damask patterned copper wire. 5 metres, and it's a 1.5mm gauge that you're getting on here. It's a little bit late, Paul. That's a little bit late, but thank you. Thank you. Oh dear. Oh dear. So I've not seen this one before. I actually really like this. So it's a damask pattern that runs along the wire itself. And because it's a 1.5mm, it's great as a foundation wire.
It is. I mean, you can just make simple adjustable rings just from the wire itself, and maybe just add in a couple of little gemstones in between, very simply. Or if you want to use this as a base for your bangle, and then wire with a smaller gauge wire through to make your beautiful bangle with those. You very much easily can. So this can be your foundation, but because it's so beautifully patterned, it's really nice just to use it on its own.
Yes.
So if you want to make your own jump rings from this as well, it looks amazing.
Oh, a jump ring would be fabulous, wouldn't it?
Pattern jump rings.
Yeah.
Or if making your own clasps and things like that, where you just want a little bit more detail. So you don't use a lot of this at a time, because it typically will be more of that foundation wire.
Yes.
So, but I would just make pendants from this as well. Just make sort of all this snake-style shaped pendant with a gemstone just at the end.
No, I like that. That'd be brilliant. It's a gorgeous patterning on it. Loads of you coming in for this. It's £9 for the spool. You are getting 5 metres of it. I really like the idea of the jump rings. Or even turning them into spacers. So turn them into jump rings and stack them maybe?
Yeah, definitely. And because it's a 1.5mm where we talked about earlier, it's got the right density to hold its shape as a jump ring, or a clasp if you want to make that out of them, or if you just want to make a bail from this, like an S-hook type bail.
Would be nice.
So you can do all of those with it, and also because you've got a pattern on there, if you're wrapping wires around it, it kind of the wire that's wrapped onto it, if it's a little bit messy, it kind of disappears into the pattern. So it's very forgiving as well if you're a new wire worker as well, just to hide some of the little sort of things that annoy us when we first start wire wrapping, that maybe it's not as neat as you maybe wanted it to be, or...
Yeah, I know that feeling.
It hides a multitude of sins.
I do know that feeling all too well. I attempted to Brie wrap a stone and really didn't like it until I saw my mum wearing it and went, oh, actually, it looks quite nice.
Yep.
Now, I have a rose quartz fancy carved shell pendant. See, now I'm thinking you could turn that wire into a collar quite easily and then attach this to it.
You could. So you just need to make yourself a little jump ring from the wire to go through the loop.
Yep.
So that the pendant would hang the right way. And then you can very easily make a sort of choker or a collar style neckline piece from the wire.
Yep.
And because it's a 1.5, it will hold that shape beautifully.
The other thing is, if you got any of the silks from earlier on, all you need to do is thread the silk through there. That would go through quite nicely. I like that. Sadly, there is only 28 of them, that's it. 26 now. It should be £6.95. We are taking this ridiculously low. It is rose quartz, it is gorgeous, and it is a teeny weeny weeny £3. £3!
All that work, and the size of the gemstone as well, to actually work, you know, that you need a good sized gemstone to work this into, to carve this design.
Yeah, yeah.
So
that's, I mean, how big would it have started off as?
Well, you've probably got about 50% wastage on something like that, I would imagine.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Now, I've got a lot in baskets at the moment. Check those baskets out. They are brilliant. Earrings. They would make fabulous earrings.
They would. And, you know, where would you get a pair of earrings with that beautiful design? And it's cost you £6 to buy the raw materials to make it. And even if you're factoring in buying, you know, even if you were to buy sterling silver ear wires and sterling silver jump rings, I know some of our sterling silver findings packs have gone to crazy prices.
Yes.
So, you know, you're going to have a most amazing pair of earrings at a fraction of the cost of buying them anywhere else.
That's it. And you get the enjoyment of making them as well, which is a huge, huge thing. Now, I have got...
Wow.
I was thinking, where is the light coming from for it to catch that? But it literally is this.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Just look at it. There is only 14 of these available. This is going to sell out. You know it is. It is amazing. Just,
No. When labradorite does its thing, you don't need words, do you?
I know. But it's so bright. It really is so bright. I looked behind me to see if there was a blue light behind me, because that is ridiculously strong.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
Oh, I need to see where this is going price-wise. Oh, Becky's not telling me. So it should be £37.95. Absolutely, absolutely. Look at the quality that you're getting here. Just look at every single one of these. How much?
Oh my goodness.
You've just dropped it that much.
Wow.
If you have not yet picked up that phone to dial, do so. If you have not yet checked that basket out, do so.
Wow. That's an amazing strand, and that price. Oof.
That's ridiculous.
It is. You know, I can only just see the side profile of these, and I'm still seeing all the blue on them.
I feel a bit numb after that. You have got an incredible deal. There is no question about it. What you have just purchased is absolutely exquisite. Oh, 2 chances remain. That really is stunning, isn't it? Really is stunning. Oh my goodness me.
Wow, that is amazing.
It really is that good. Really is that good. And I've got a silver pendant for you. Oh dear, I need a cleaning cloth.
Just clip me on here.
Got a lot of fingerprints on it.
Try and give it a bit of a clean camera.
Yeah. So it's a sterling silver pendant, and it's a blank, which at the moment it's all about personalising jewellery. So blanks are fantastic because you can then add your messages. So whether that's one of the positive messages, whether it's I love you, whether it's a name of somebody or a date of birth, or whether it's a date of a marriage or something, anything like that, something that's really personal to you or the person you're giving it to, something personal to them. It's massive, it's not going to change, and people are really actively going out there and looking for it.
Better.
Thank you.
That's a proper cleaning cloth, so I'm having a bit of difficulty. But
No, it's still, we need a proper cleaning cloth, which we don't have at this moment in time. So please ignore, look past.
I think I was putting more fingerprints on, I was just trying to take them off.
Okay, look past the fingerprints. But you have got your blank there, and you have an amethyst in the corner, which is really lovely. So perfect if you're looking at sort of a birthday gift. Could be a date of birth, name, date of birth, initials and date of birth. 19 chances you will not be getting the fingerprint version. I can promise you, you will not be getting the fingerprint version.
You can stamp the back as well. If you wanted to. So if you didn't want to keep that front clear, you could stamp the back, and that would be absolutely no problem at all. Just don't stamp near where the gemstone's set.
Yes, that's a very good point. So your gemstone is there. Obviously that's your hole for your jump ring. But your gemstone's there. Also, you've got the marking at the bottom there for the 925 sterling silver, because it is 925 sterling silver. And the more I handle this, the more fingerprints you're getting. But it does show it's a really good quality silver. You've got an extremely high polish. That's the reason you're getting so many marks on it at the moment. And we've got clearly dirty hands. Shame on us.
I know. Naughty.
Shame on us.
It's all the hand creams we put on.
It is, because you have to.
I know.
And my hands are suffering at the moment. They're quite chapped and dry, and
It's the weather, isn't it?
it's nasty weather.
It's not good for hands.
No. No, no. But there you are. 19 chances. You're getting it for £5. £5 in total. And you can make that personalised gift for somebody. You can see the strength of the shine, can't you?
You can.
Michael's got 3. It's a really great one to get. Really, really great one to get. A lot of people are now, I mean, if you are making to sell, are requesting their own messages, so that might be an option you do. Do one up with a message that could be sold generically, and then maybe have it as an option if you want to have it stamped. I can stamp it.
Either that or have one that's got something that's personal to you on.
Yes.
So that it's your demonstration piece, if you like. You can wear it or have it on your stand.
Yep.
But you've still got a piece of jewellery you can wear at the end of the day, and you haven't, had to stamp a piece that you're not going to get to keep.
Absolutely.
So I'd stamp this and show what you can do on them. Yes. So whether you've got your date of birth on the back, maybe you've got your name on the front, maybe you've got a personalised message, maybe a date that's specific to you.
Yeah.
A lot of people like hidden message jewellery, so if it's on the back, that's really nice.
Well done on that one. You can also use it as a dog collar as well. Little.
Yes. Yeah. Very posh pet.
I have got somewhere. Where are you? There we are. Antique, copper plated, brass, plain adjustable rings in size 7, which makes a great basis for lots of different things, including adding gemstones straight to it, doing it as a base for something like your cerulon.
Yes.
Or you could even use fabrics with it, really.
You could, or you could almost make a little piece of peyote using your delicate beads.
Ooh.
And then, because it's got the adjustability, you can actually slide that on there, almost like a carrier bead.
Oh,
so the
nice.
seed beaders will know, when I talk about carrier beads, they're like a bead that goes underneath the peyote to hold its shape.
Okay.
So you can do that, but just do a little tubular bit of peyote that can then go onto the band. So you could put a little initial on there.
Oh,
if the delicates are small enough, you could put a little initial or a letter or a flower.
So it's like a little sock for the...
Yes.
I like that.
It's like a little tube that will just go over it. So, yeah.
And because they're adjustable as well, I know it says it's a size 7, but it does mean it can increase in size. The smallest size it will be is the size 7. So if it's for gentlemen's jewellery, where you can go up to even sort of size 11, no problem at all. You just pull it and it expands out. £4.70 for a pack of 20. And of course, you don't just have to use them as rings themselves. They would make great additions if you, again, going back to the stamping, you could have a necklace, maybe a big, thick, chunky cord necklace that you could pop that through and have little stamped messages, again, initials or things like that.
Definitely. You just need to put in your stamping, just pop this onto, if you've got one of the metal ring mandrels, just so that you don't take the shape out while you're stamping on them.
Yeah.
But there again, because they are adjustable and they are malleable metal, you could actually flatten these out if you want to and then reform them. So you've got the option there to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's a nice idea, actually. Yeah, I like that. Or even flatten them out.
Yeah.
Maybe take the ends off, pop a hole in the side and turn it into a necklace.
Yeah, definitely. So you just need the metal hole punch to be able to pop the holes in.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Fabulous. Or you could just wear them as they are.
Yeah.
Wear them as they are.
I can see these stacked up beautifully. If you stack 3 or 4 of them, maybe, or 5 or 6, and put them on one of the silk cords as well.
Yes.
Just really simple.
Yeah. But this is it. You don't have to ever use something for the reason it's purposed for. There are so many different things you can do. Now, next. Ooh, I think I'm going to like this.
Oh, I do.
How light? Very light. No, it is purple howlite puffy marquise. They are so nice. I love that purple. It's such a deep, rich, gorgeous, sumptuous purple. It's vibrant, isn't it? It'll go with blues, it'll go with pinks. 12 by 6 millimetres. It is just absolutely luxurious. I would really like to pop this with the original white howlite beads that we had earlier on, because it's so nice then to see the contrast between a natural howlite and a dyed howlite. Oh, I want to incorporate it with some of your seed bead designs, actually, because I think the shape will go very nicely.
Yeah, definitely, especially for sort of the bottom of neckline pieces where you've come to sort of join things together. Yeah. So sometimes with the neckline pieces, you're wanting to push the beads further apart to create a curve on the bottom row and pull them in tighter on the top row with the smaller beads. That gives you that curve on a neckline piece. So something that starts off in like a bracelet formation, you can actually then curve it just by changing the dimensions of the beads on the top and bottom. So these would work beautifully on the bottom because they're a little bit wider than the seed bead, but they've still got that tapered point, so you're going to be able to have that beautiful drop.
They should have been £9.95. We're taking it right down to £3.80. Bargain!
These make beautiful flowers as well. If you take 5 and wrap them into a little circle, and then you can wire wrap those into a wire-based collar, put them into hair designs.
No, I like the idea of that as well. Oh, lots of ideas today. Lots of amazing deals, lots of amazing ideas. It is a bargain, absolute bargain. Love the patterning you're getting throughout them as well. The design is just so beautiful. Now, I'm going to squeeze a couple more in if I can. I'm going to squeeze some more quartz in. I'm going to go for green. Green dyed quartz, and this is bright, it's vivid. 2 mil again. I'm liking these 2 mils.
Yeah, they're really versatile because sometimes you're looking for a bead that's just going to fit that space or that gap, or you need multiple to fit into a space. And they just work so well because they're so versatile. I love the fact that you can stack them up, you can keep them a singular and use them to cover a head pin and an earring design. They're beautiful.
They really are. Really are. I'm looking at it thinking, could you make a ring out of them? But I suppose you could if you did it in a seed bead style way.
Yeah, definitely. So maybe a double rowed. Yeah, so you could do the herringbone design, but just instead of doing 4 rows, do the 2.
£1.70 is the total for this one, which again is a fantastic price point when you think about the fact you're getting genuine gemstones, you're getting that fantastic emerald green, you're getting that beautiful size to it. Do you know what? You could probably get away with 4.
Yeah. The great thing is because they're 2 mil, you'll be able to sort of make to most ring sizes because 2 mils are actually about roughly 1 ring size up.
Ah. Now I'm going to squeeze one final one in. I'm going to squeeze this in. I'm going to say my thank yous to you because I've just been told how limited we are on time. So this is 10 carats of coral red quartzite plain rounds, 2 mil. And it's going to £1.70 as well. Now, my lovely, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. When are you back again?
I'm back on the 10th of April now. I've got a little gap.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of a rest and relaxation.
I've got lots of work to do between now and then. I've got lots of goodies in my dining room at home.
So not rest and relaxation then?
I'm going to get a little bit of rest and relaxation in.
Yeah. It'll be fabulous. Now, it is clearance for the rest of the weekend, so do not miss out on any of the deals. We'll be back again in the morning, of course, where deals will continue. I'm back with you again tomorrow night with a gorgeous gem. I think it's going to be fabulous. £1.70. This is just a taste of things to come. It really, really is. It is the Saturday and then the Sunday and the Monday of deal after deal after deal. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Make sure you're checking all the baskets out. I can't guarantee that everyone's going to get what they wanted because they have been selling out very quickly on a lot of items. So, fingers crossed for all of you. I'll see you again tomorrow. We will see you again in April. What was the date?
The 10th.
The 10th of April. And make sure you're checking those baskets out, and we shall see you very, very soon. Thank you for joining us. Tomorrow's going to be another incredible day. Love to you and to all of you. Mwah. Good night.
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend with us £4.95, you will get a free welcome pack. That welcome pack will give you pretty much everything you need to get started. A manual which will help you to familiarise yourself with all of the items that you're going to be creating and all of the products that you need, including tools and findings and threads. You'll also get a DVD and step-by-step project cards. These cards and the DVD will give you the chance to be able to create a wonderful arrangement of different items of jewellery. Plus, you'll also get a free 3-pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. So, getting started with the Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. So why not give it a go today? Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel